Alrighty. Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air with fantasy football red zone action tonight for this Sunday night football game. Cowboys v. Eagles. Cowboys versus the Eagles tonight. And all during the stream, we will go through the results today in the NFL for your fantasy football leagues. Something a little different here on the YouTube, something a little different for you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the Mad Viking. I'll be your host tonight on this journey. Eric Schwartz checks in. What's up, Eric? Go Caps, up in here. And he says, I'm happy my Seahawks destroyed the Niners. Eric says this is going to be a good game. It should be interesting, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, 5:53 is the time local. 5:53 is the time local. This game set to go off at 6:20. 6:20. So about 25 minutes from now. Three berserkers up in here. What'd you guys think of the early games today? What'd you think of these early games today? Alrighty, I'm on cam. Let's go ahead and cover this up for now. Wait for the crowd to roll up in here. Hopefully we get some good viewership today. I noticed the old SimpTube was in full effect today. Watched the guy actually stream a game. The Vikings were in the game that he streamed while his own team, was playing. Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about simps on YouTube. How you gonna stream a game for two teams that you hate while your own team is playing? Unbelievable. Just a joke. This while his homie is doing the game for the team he likes and getting all the views. Meanwhile, he got to sit through and watch two teams that he hates go at it, and one team, specifically, beat the shit out of the Green Bay Packers. Too funny. Too friggin' funny. I'm dying here. Absolutely dying here. Eat it and own it, you simp. Eric says the Bears-Saints game is 23-23 in overtime. Let me turn that on. Sure like the Bears to lose that sucker. 4 berserkers up in here. Fantasy football red zone here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Nobody does this shit like we do it. Nobody does it like we do it on YouTube. Red zone's already gone off, so they're not showing that game apparently. Is that game still going on? No, it must be final by now. No, 151 left in the OT. Wonder if that's on Fox still. There it is. Thanks for letting me know that, Eric. 6 berserkers up in here. Fantasy football red zone here on Valhalla Sports Talk. The place for fantasy footballers to congregate during prime time. As I mentioned, we'll do have this game tonight, the Cowboys-Eagles. We'll be doing this game. We'll have the game audio going. And then on the breaks, I'll go through each and every one of these games that were played today and talk about the fantasy football results for those teams. So you can track your teams. Let me know how you guys are doing. Salvador Chavez up in here. What's up, Salvador? All right, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Approaching the 30 here. Pitch to Kamara on the right. There he goes. Takes it all the way to the 10. Are the Bears about to catch that L? I hope so. I hope the Bears are about to catch that big L. Kamara looking like the Kamara of old sometimes this year. Lucky number 7 is the Berserker count, ladies and gentlemen. 7 up in here. For about 23 minutes from game time of the Sunday Night Football matchup. It's like the Saints are about to try to end this, folks. Play clock's going to run out on him. Play clock ran out on him, it looks like. So they're going to back him up a little bit. How you doing, Salvador? Alright, so it looks like they might reset the play clock here. 11 Berserkers up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk Sunday Night Football. Fantasy Football Red Zone. 4 fantasy football fanatics by an actual fantasy football fanatic. Hey, Rebecca, just checking in. Post-World Series. How you doing, Rebecca? Did you get your Dodgers swag already? Buy some Dodgers gear? All right, here we go. Saints going to try to end this. They're going to ice him. Chicago calls a timeout to ice the kicker. What's up? What's up? I've mentioned these on a couple streams. I should be sponsored by them now, but these are money, folks. These are money. Delicious. You get a little combo. No, not yet. Me neither, Rebecca. Me neither. I know I want to get a couple pennants for sure, and then probably a hat or two. Yep, Eric, the Saints are about to kick this field goal here. Rebecca says she meant to listen to the Packers game but missed it. Vikings won today. Got me the good W. The big W today for the Vikes. All right, here we go. Saints trying to end this game, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Saints win, so the Vikings only team in the NFC North to get a W today. Only team in the NFC North to get that dub. All right, so the time locally now 6 o'clock, 20 minutes away from game time. Devon Prish checks in, says, I'll start buying those Harbos and you should be getting some royalty money. I should. I should be getting some sponsorship money from them. They're delicious. How you doing, Devon? Welcome back. Time Destroyer Gaming checks in, says SKOL. SKOL to you, my man. Vikings only team with the dub in the NFC North today. Let me tell you, that schedule is mighty nice. Mighty nice. Next week, got them Lions, some sorry-ass Lions. Go down there and whoop that booty. Actually, they're at our place. Whoop that booty. You look at the Viking schedule the next 6 weeks. We can go on a run here. All those Viking fans out there that rolled up in the fetal position 2 weeks ago, started talking about tank for Trevor. You know what you can do. What you can do. That's what you can do. Not real fans. Just pretenders. Vikings can still make the playoffs, I think. I believe they can still make the show. Nine Berserkers up in here, up in here. Time Destroyer Gaming says their schedule looking mighty fine. Clayton's on some videos, checks in, says hello, hello back. Hello back. So again, the format for this tonight, Fantasy Football Red Zone. So we'll have the the Cowboy Eagle game on the game audio. And then in the breaks, we'll take a look at every one of the matchups today and see how they affected your fantasy football matchups today. See who are the studs, who are the duds in today's fantasy football action. There'll also be a gambling component to it as well. Talk about who covered the spread, who won, what the money lines were, and all that good stuff. Clayton says, come on, man. Devin Pinch says, how well do you think Ben DiNucci plays? He's that quarterback for the Cowboys, huh? Gonna be tough. Probably gonna be a long night for him. That's why I don't fall in love with these rookie quarterbacks. I believe NFL quarterback is the toughest position in professional sports. 8 berserkers up in here, up in here. Oh, tomorrow they do the Come On Man. I like that segment. I like that segment on Monday Night Football. Alright, so we're getting into this thing tonight. We're getting into it tonight. Let's check my dashboard here on YouTube. 2289. 2289 is our subscriber count. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe. Give this video a like. Valhalla Sports Talk, the little channel. Trying to grow. Trying to make it happen here in the YouTube game. Battling these simps and clowns weekly. Scott Shaw checks in, says, where's Anonymous? I gotta give him some shit. Since my Hawks crushed his 40 Winers. The Niners looked bad today, didn't they? Alright, Rebecca, have a good one. We'll see ya. Thank you. "12 berserkers up in here, up in here." Devon says, whoever started Dalvin Cook in fantasy had a field day today. Listen to this. Here's my heartbreak. My one league that I'm leading the division in, I have Cook, and I set my lineup on Thursday, and because I was so intent on getting my Viking stream up this morning, I didn't even look at it, and guess who's sitting on my bench? Yes, the Cookster. Joseph Williams says, I'm a Packers fan. Take off that Vikings cap. Just kidding. It was a good game. But let's be real. The Vikings are not going anywhere. Well, let's see, Joseph. Let's see how it ends up at the end of the year. I'm not that guy that quits in week 7. I'm not that guy. It's not my DNA. Everyone had them Packers crowned as a major contender in the NFL this year. Then the lowly Vikings traveled to their place and lay the whooping on that ass. Lay the little whooping on them. Won't lie, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a really good mood tonight. Alright, time locally 6:05, 15 minutes away from game time. Let's take a quick look at the betting odds for tonight's game. Cowboys, Eagles. Money line for the Cowboys is plus 370. Eagles minus 500. Point spread, Dallas plus 10. Philadelphia minus 10. So Philadelphia favored to win this game by 10 points. The over-under tonight is 42.5. 42.5 is your over-under. No, I'm losing that game, Scott. I'll lose it. I won't do that again where I forget about them, though. I just absolutely forgot to go in there and change it. All right, so let's take a peek at some of the other game stats here. For the full game, the Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 10. First half bet, minus 6.5. First quarter, minus 3. Prop bets, there's a lot of them. A lot of prop bets. If you guys are interested in that, let me know and I'll bring them up. I have to bring that game up. Let me bring that up, Scott, and find the exact answer for you. I think I'm losing. Yeah, I'm getting spanked. I'm down by 98-86. 98-86. It's not a division game. My opponent had A-Bear going tonight. And I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. So we got Winfield playing for Tampa Bay. That's the only guy I got left, the defensive back. He's still got Boston Scott of the Eagles tonight and Gronkowski of Tampa Bay still to go. Not looking too good for me there, man. Joseph checks in and says, question, who do you got playing in the Super Bowl? I don't pick Super Bowl contenders in week 7. Nobody. Gun to my head, I'd probably say something like Chiefs. I don't know. I don't think anyone in the NFC is legit. Maybe the Seahawks, but I don't know. Eight berserkers up in here, up in here. Scott, I think you have to probably give it to Wilson for the MVP at this point. But it can change. I'm telling you, it can change from week to week to week. Devon says, I can see it being Steelers-Seahawks. Never know. Scott says, Joseph, I have the Seattle-Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl so we can get the win over them. Go Hawks. So in my other league, I got CeeDee Lamb going tonight. And that's it. And I got a big deficit to overcome. So it's looking like a bad week for me in the fantasy football life. Like a bad week for me. Yeah. The one league where I didn't start Cook, where I screwed up there, that one there, like I said, I was in the leading division. I'll be fine. The other one is a huge league. I mean, absolutely huge league. 32 teams, I think, total. 16 in each conference. And I bought in last year, and I've been trying to rebuild that team. So, just kind of a lost season, just trying to make it go. I don't have Boston Scott. The guy I'm playing does. Go Caps, check in, says go Cowboys. 8 berserkers up in here, up in here. What's up, go Caps? All right, let's take a peek, make sure we got an audio feed going up here. All right, so that's ready to go. Ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to go. Up in here, up in here. Scott says, I just only question how could one of the best players in the NFL not receive one MVP vote. Are you talking about last year? All right, looks like across the board on NBC, they picked the Eagles to win tonight. Everybody, the whole team. America, Liam, Florio, Rodney, Mike, Chris, Tony all picked. No, take it back. Liam, Florio, Rodney picked the Eagles. Mike, Chris, and Tony picked... No, it's all the way across. Eagles. Eagles for everybody. Devon says, I picked the Eagles covering as part of my parlay. I really hope they don't crap the bed. Hey, Berserkers, up at here, ladies and gentlemen. Share the stream out. Share it out to your friends that are into fantasy football. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. So real quick look at the Cowboys here. Money line plus 370 on the Cowboys. Plus 10 as a point spread. 42.5 the over-under. I think I already said this. Cowboys obviously facing huge injuries tonight. Huge injuries tonight. Standings have taken a little bit of a change today, haven't they? Standings have changed quite a bit. NFC leaders now. NFC leaders. Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans, Philadelphia at 2 and 4. Wild cards, Arizona, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. Chicago with their loss dropped out of that. On the AFC side, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Buffalo, Tennessee. Wild cards, Baltimore, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Vegas, down at 4-3, trying to get in there. Vegas trying to make their move. .6:14, so about 5 minutes away from kickoff in tonight's contest. Real close to kickoff, folks. If you're in the chat there, please give the video a like. Scott Shaw says, yeah, I'm losing today in my big money league, but I'm leading the league, but losing to the number one, to the 1 and 6, so a doubleheader. Scott says Russ has never received one MVP vote his entire career. That is crazy. Just Dylan BTWGC. Wow, what a name. Hi, hello. I got offered Alex Robinson, Chase Edmonds, Antonio Brown, and CeeDee Lamb for Rodgers, Kittle, Clark, and Akers. I would do that. Is it a dynasty league or what? Is it a dynasty league or is it a straight up league? I would have to get me another quarterback though for sure. I'd have to find me another quarterback in that league. You have Lamb? I wouldn't give up Lamb for nothing. Oh, you pick new players every year, right, Just? Let me relook at that again. You got offered Robinson, Edmonds, Brown, and Lamb for Rodgers, Kittle, Clark, and Akers. So are you the one with Lamb or are you the one with Rodgers? And Kittle I saw got hurt late in the Frisco game, so I'd have to check that too. It is kind of a tempting trade, that's for sure. 12 Berserkers up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talks. Fantasy Football Red Zone. Alright, let me turn off this TV so I'm not confused. Check on the game, see if it's ready to rock. Alright, they're in the booth, so they're just getting ready to go. Alright, let's clear up our graphics package here. I don't know when they're going to stop showing these commercials on here. Oh, you're giving up Robinson and Lamb. I don't know. You're going to have to make that decision, dog, because I wouldn't have a Packer on my roster. I refuse to have Packers on my team. All right, 6:18, opening kickoff about to start here. Probably one more commercial break and we will be at it, folks. Carrie Underwood singing a song. Alright, so their final commercial break before we get this thing going. Clear up this graphics package here, get this thing straight. What's that ad? Our scoreboard here. We'll bring that down here in just a moment when this thing clears up. Tonight's scores from today's games are scrolling at the top of the screen there for you folks. Like I said, we will check in on every one of those games today as far as fantasy football implications. Scott Shaw's Kennels and Rogers scored more points than all the others. You can pick up new ones. Yeah, if I could have Rogers on my team, I'd probably consider it pretty hard. Sean Fraterni checks in, says hello. What's up, Sean? Welcome. Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone. Real close to kickoff, folks. Real close to kickoff. Like it takes forever. Alright, so they're doing their little song intro, and after that I'll turn on the game audio for y'all. Yeah, he is the one that's getting Rogers, Scott. All right, here we go. Kickoff right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Kickoff right around the corner in this one. Tyler checks in, said just finished a baseball game and got A home run, a triple, and walked. Nice game, Tyler. Nice job. Man, I'm really trying to figure out how to navigate this whole thing. I wish I had one more monitor. Wish I had one more. All right, here we go. Let's get to it.
In financial field, that's a 1/10 of capacity. We'll take what we can get these days.
So 1/10 is the count.
Right now, check in with Michelle.
Well, Al, after their embarrassing 25-3 loss at Washington last week, the Cowboys traded defensive end Everson Griffin and cut defensive tackle Dontari Poe and cornerback Daryl Worley. Now, those moves came as a, quote, total shock to star defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, who stressed to me, we're all we got.
Scott says you wouldn't want Adams on your team, Mad Viking? No.
We have to be ready to hit.
I've done it before, but I just feel horrible when I have him on there.
Van Der Esch insisted that the defense has been locked in this week, focusing on energy and being relentless. He told me...
Doesn't mean I wouldn't do it. I just try not to, especially Rodgers. Rodgers bothers me badly.
There are no excuses.
Absolutely horribly.
And linebacker Sean Lee will be active for the first time this season, and Mike McCarthy is pretty happy to have his experience and leadership.
10 berserkers up in here, as this game's about to get going.
To play about 20 snaps out.
Michelle, the Eagles don't want to hear about the Cowboys' problems. Starting tonight, those guys have all been out of late. Peters, Goddard, Rager is there.
So they said about 10% in the stadium, about 10% up in there.
Start tonight. So as we say, the Eagles getting healthy.
Eagles look like they're going to kick off. They're wearing the dark green jerseys.
They have deferred, and that means we're going to see young Ben DiNucci right off the bat. Tony Pollard
back to receive. Here goes the kickoff.
And off we go on Sunday night from Philadelphia. From the 7
kick short, 7. Right out to about the 20, I'd say.
And here comes Ben DiNucci.
Here goes DiNucci, number 7, the new Cowboys quarterback.
There's no way in his mind he is going to play, but of course because of the Prescott injury and Dalton last week, this kid has some moxie. He has a lot of confidence. Met with him the other day, a lot of fun. Everybody's got a plan. But as Mike Tyson once said, hey, you got a plan until I hit you. So we'll see what happens at the outset. From the 22, they start here.
All right, so I'm going to clear off the screen here, and then in the break I'll come back and we'll go through your teams and stuff, but I won't be on here so you can watch the deal. The screen on the center of your screen there is a little bit ahead of the game audio, so I apologize for that, but the whole point is so you can watch the stats.
Up front, that line is mix and match all season long, different combinations seemingly every week, but Zach Martin was out last week at right guard. He's back. And that can make a
all right, so Cowboys about to take second and third here.
Second down and 3. The fake and then a little toss here to Wilson.
CD Lamb with it. He's electric. 30, 40.
And Lamb takes
nice.
it all the way out near midfield, and DiNucci threw a block to spring him. So a little razzle-dazzle on DiNucci's second play.
There we go. Well, now we got to figure it out.
Scott says no simping with your Viking swag on.
As a lead blocker out in front. Watch this. We got
never.
The reverse. We got the double reverse.
I do have him though. I told you I have him in one of my leagues.
The lead block, bango, perfectly.
You won't see me wearing a Cowboy jersey ever though.
That's great.
You love it.
From the 48.
There you go. First and 10 from the 48.
Play action. Scrambling. He can run. He proved that in college.
DiNucci kind of runs for a minute and then throws it away.
Crosses the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. Let's take a look at that Philadelphia defense, which has been the strength of the team. The guys up front, and they're probably champing at the bit.
Graham, Cox, Hargrave, and Barnett
Cox is a perennial
on defense for the Eagles.
Nathan Gary is their leading tackler.
Singleton, Edwards are the linebackers.
Edwards are the backers tonight. And the guys in the secondary.
Then you got Slay, Mills, McLeod, Maddox, Coleman, Robbie Coleman in the secondary.
Now, and Avonte Maddox comes back from injury.
How many of you guys play in leagues with defensive players? Direct snap to Elliott, short gain.
Territory to the 49-yard line.
Dennis Lee checks in, says, "What's good, Mad Viking?" What's up, Dennis? How you doing, man?
Been a lead blocker and a wide
receiver. How you doing, man?
It's kind of wild, right? And I think that's what Mike McCarthy is saying. He's saying, what the heck? Let's just go. You know, he's been around forever. He's drawn up a million plays and go, I'll never use that. Yeah, you got a third-string quarterback. Let's give it a shot.
And that's Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator.
All right, 3rd and 7 for these Cowboys.
Staff when McCarthy took over this season. 3rd down and 7.
Ball snapped.
Blitz coming. DiNucci
Gets rid of it. Finds Lamb at the 40. First down, Cowboys. For a Cowboy. First down.
For the Cowboys out of Oklahoma.
Well, you knew they were going to try and heat up this young quarterback right away. They're coming after him here on the left side. The thing he has to be careful about, don't back up too much. In his game last week, a couple of the sacks that he took came when he was sort of backing out of there. Don't be afraid to step up and make that throw. But this is a pretty good start so far.
Fake handoff. DiNucci under trouble and he's going to get sacked at the 50.
Vinny Curry.
Curry gets the sack.
For a big loss. So last week he got sacked when he came into the game against Washington 3 times.
Al, here's the biggest difference between playing college football and NFL football. In college football, as a quarterback, you can make that guy miss, right? You're a better athlete, you can make that guy miss. In the NFL, Vinny Curry's a better athlete than you are, and he got him.
And a 12-yard sack.
12-yard loss, so brings up a 2nd and 22 for the Cowboys. Under center. Hand off to Zeke.
Give it to Elliott.
Going to the right a little bit. Got a 4-yard gain.
4-yard line. So Elliott, every year he's up among the league leaders in rushing, but not this year. You know, part of it.
14 berserkers up in here, Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone.
Has just been in shambles, Chris.
Yeah, it has been. Plus, they've been behind.
All right, they got a little bit of music going there. Can't be doing that.
An offensive line which has just been in shambles, Chris.
Yeah, it has been.
All right, so back at it.
But he does get Zach Martin back tonight, and what we saw in the very beginning of this drive.
3rd and 17 for the Cowboys. DiNucci in a shotgun formation, trips left. Bring number 11 in motion. They throw it over to 13, Gallup, who gets loose and gets to the 30, about 4 yards short of the first.
DiNucci is able to, on his first drive of the night, at least get them into field goal range, if they so choose here. And in comes the Zerline group.
About a little Patrick Mahomes impersonation. Didn't like the fact that Curry was there, sort of dropped down, threw him around, sidearm action. We were told that he would have some fun out here tonight, and I think they were impressed with that first drive and at least want to take a shot at putting some points on the board. Wind's howling pretty good down there, though.
Cowboys going to line up for the field goal here.
The longtime former Ram. Chris Jones, the punter, to hold it.
Kick is up,
and
it's good.
It's good. So
59-yarder, 3-0 Cowboys.
For the Cowboys.
Good start for the Cowboys there, folks. Dennis Lee says I'm doing great thanks to the Dodgers. All right, so the first game we're going to look at, for today is this Atlanta-Carolina game. Atlanta 25, Carolina 17 was the final in that one. Atlanta, the plus 100 money line bet won, plus 1.5 point spread bet won, and the under of 51.5 won. Gurley with a rushing touchdown. If you've got Young Ho Koo as your kicker in your fantasy league, you're pretty happy because he has been a stud the last 2 weeks. Ryan, 280 yards passing, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Bridgewater, 176 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 INT, 3 sacks. Ryan Hill, 11 for 55 on the ground. Gurley, 18 for 46 for the Falcons. Davis, the leading rusher for the Panthers, at 13 for 66. Julio Jones, a stud today, 7 for 137, 28 was his long, no touchdowns. DJ Moore, 2 for 55. The only touchdown was Curtis Samuel, 4 for 31 with a touch. But Young Ho Koo, 4 field goals made, so he was the star of that game. Let's get back to this Dallas game. get back to the Dallas game here. All right, they're still in a commercial break there, but that's what we'll do. We'll visit one game at a time on the breaks. See what the fantasy folks did in those games. Come to the end of this commercial break. Nine berserkers up in here, up in here. All right, so we're back at it.
Back now. So Danucci taking a look at the pictures. And Zerline to kick off. Jason Huntley back to receive for the Eagles.
All right, Cowboys kicking it off now after going up 3-0 in this one.
He lets it bound through the end zone.
And it's going to go out the back of the end zone.
Carson Wentz.
Here comes Wentz.
2016, the overall number 2 pick behind Jared Goff. So he has 10 TDs. He's thrown 10 interceptions.
1760 yards, 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Rating of 74.3.
Each of the last 3 seasons has only thrown 7 picks. So off to a rough start.
12 berserkers up in here, up in here. Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone.
Against the Giants 10 days ago when they beat New York at the end.
Good news for him is the Cowboys only have 1 interception all season.
All right, Wentz under center, 1st and 10 from the 25.
-13 on the give-take scale.
Kills the play.
Is the running back.
Hand off to Scott.
Boston Scott in the absence of Miles Sanders, and Scott, who was the big
showing a little wiggle. Nice little run there by Scott.
Pass with a 20-yard gallop here on their first play.
It's almost unbelievable how bad the Dallas Cowboys have been against
16
the run.
berserkers up in here, up in here.
These are professional athletes that have done a good job in the past. Their defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan, has had success in the past. But over the course of this season, it has just been a mystery for them to stop the run.
They have been
all righty, 1st and 10. Wentz under center. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, and he's got a solo back running back, Scott, in the backfield with him.
From the 44-yard line.
Ball snapped. Sacked by Lawrence.
That's DeMarcus Lawrence, and Michelle talked about him at the top and how angry he was. And there he is saying, okay, I'm going to start off with a sack here.
Well, DeMarcus Lawrence, one of
15 berserkers up in here, up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone, your home for fantasy football here on YouTube.
He just gets beat with a quick inside move.
We're doing this Sunday night game in between plays. During the commercial breaks, we go through all the games and tell you who was the fantasy studs and duds for that game. We've already done the Atlanta-Carolina game. Next up, New England-Buffalo. Wentz under center. Tight formation, 1 wide receiver right. Fakes the handoff to nobody. Looking deep, has lots of time. Bleeds out to the left. And then gets walloped. Ball's out. Dumb play by Wentz there. Dallas has the ball on the turnover.
So Wentz escapes at first.
Dumb play by Wentz there.
Keeps his eyes downfield. And then the ball comes out, and
so if you got him on your fantasy roster, you lost points for the fumble.
In 2016,
15 berserkers up in here, up in here.
And sometimes he has been doing this too much. He's making wild
Caps is
plays
back. Welcome back.
Of making something special happen because he doesn't have much around him. But you simply cannot, especially outside the pocket, not just take that ball and throw it out of bounds and live to play again. Too much. He's just doing too much. You know, we had a conversation with Doug Peterson about it. He made a wild throw across the field last week. He's got to stop doing that.
Only the 4th takeaway of the season, 1 pick and 3 fumble recoveries.
So the Cowboys in business. Danucci has it at the 25. About to enter the red zone. Hand off to Zeke. Finds a hole in the middle for a Dallas first down. A Dallas first down, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's go back to the fumble. Just
12 berserkers up in here, up in here.
Wentz scrambles out here to his left. Take a look down the field. When he gets out there, there is literally nobody there. There's nobody on his side. So once you get out there and you go, uh-oh, I scrambled the wrong
he's
way.
happy. Thor is ecstatic.
It's easy. You don't take the hit. You don't do anything. Just toss it.
All right, here we go.
Let's go get him on the next
Cowboys are in the red zone. Ball snapped, thrown over to the left. Gallup takes it about to the 9.
Maddox stops him there, about halfway through the opening quarter. Good start for Dallas, up 3-0 and deep in Eagle territory. Doug Peterson, who of course will live in Philadelphia lore forever. That's what happens when you win the town's only Super Bowl, which he did a couple of years ago. 5th season here. Man who loves to go for it on 4th down, but right now he's looking at his defense, trying to hold him to a field goal at worst. 2nd down and 4.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Another direct snap. It looks like to Gallup this time.
Elliott's going to take the snap here.
Maybe Elliott. Yeah, Elliott gets the direct snap, running up the middle, fights, and almost gets to a 1st down at about the 4.
The 4-yard line. 2nd time that they've lined up with Elliott in the Wildcat.
Well, effectively, all you're trying to do is just add another blocker here. There's no reason for the quarterback to get in the way. And the Dallas Cowboys offensive line now, I think they're helping themselves. A week ago, they were trying to do a lot of stretch plays, yeah, because somebody's got to guard them, right? No matter what you do, somebody has to sit out there and act like they're worried about DiNucci as a wide receiver.
All right, going to make it 1st and goal for the Cowboys in the red zone. DiNucci hands it off, and immediately Elliott is knocked down for a loss of about 3.
Javon Hargrave reads that perfectly. It'll be 2nd down and goal after a loss of 3.
Yeah, here's one of the problems the Cowboys have been having, though, are on some of these reach blocks over there. And it happened to them again, just split
14
right down
berserkers
the
up in here, up in here. Welcome to Valhalla
neither
Sports
of
Talk,
these
Fantasy
teams
Football
really
Red
have
Zone.
been very successful stopping the run, but some big plays like that certainly going to help.
All right, here we go. 2nd and goal for these Cowboys.
DiNucci, who has started 3 of 4 through the air for 31 yards.
In the shotgun,
Ghost motion here.
looking for somebody.
DiNucci
He's
looking
going to
up
get
from behind,
sacked,
and he gets taken
and he's
down
fumbled.
at the 17. That ball is out as well, and it's Brandon Graham.
It's hard to say who got it. I think the Eagles got it.
Sacks, and he has another.
So the Cowboys and Eagles trade fumbles by their quarterbacks.
The other side, looking left. Graham comes in from the right, and Philadelphia. Cowboys on top, 3-0.
Trade fumbles there, unbelievable. Cowboys were in the red zone, ready to score, and blew it. Go Cap says your puppy's barking. Way cool. 15 berserkers up in here. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Thor's chilling. Coming in from outside right now, actually. All right, so let's look at another game here. Here's the New England Buffalo game that we're going to look at now. For you fantasy football folks. Our 2nd look at the night. My screen will refresh here. So 21-24 is the final. Buffalo wins it over New England. The Yahoo Sportsbook, if you bet the spread and took +4, you won that bet. The over-under was 40.5. If you bet the over, you won that bet. And if you took the Bills on the money line at -200, you won that. Tyler Bass got a field goal. Newton with a rushing touchdown. Josh Allen with a rushing touchdown. Damian Harris with a long touchdown run. Zach Moss with a short touchdown run. Nick Folk with a couple field goals, and Zach Moss 8-yard touchdown. Newton on the game, 174 yards, 2 sacks, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Allen on the other hand, 154 yards, 1 interception, 1 sack. Leading rusher for the Pats was Damian Harris, 16 for 102, 1 touchdown. Cam Newton also ran one in. Singletary, 14 for 86, was the leading rusher for the Bills. Zach Moss contributed 14 for 81, the rookie, 2 touchdowns, and Josh Allen a rushing touchdown as well. Leading receiver, Jacoby Myers, 6 for 58, and Stephon Diggs for the Bills, 6 for 92. Back to this game.
In 17 games against Dallas. So we've already had 4 sacks in the game, 2 for each team. Randy Gregory came back last week, played a few snaps. He is back along that defensive front. Boston Scott is the running back on first down from the 17-yard line. And they give it to the 5'6" Scott for a gain of 8 yards. To the
nice run by Scott there for 8.
Leads the way. So the Philadelphia offense with Miles Sanders hurt. He's missing his 3rd game.
And we have that music. Scott, Rager, Ward, Fulgham, and Goddard are the position players, the running backs and the wideouts. Peters, Herbig, Kelsey, Pryor, and Mulata is your line. Here we go.
2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. Wentz in the shotgun.
From the 26-yard line.
Option for the first.
He's been doing a lot of running this year.
Ran to the right, got the first.
Takes to the 34 for a first down.
Give him the line. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. What happened when you asked him about it?
I said, how does a guy in all of the years you've been in the league have only 3 touchdowns in your career to this point this year? And then you get 5 this season. He says, I'm ashamed I had only 3.
I'm ashamed of my prior career. What was it, 50-something games or whatever it was? He only had 3.
3 touchdowns.
All right, so it looks like Wentz in the shotgun again.
He and Sanders have the only
running back to his left, 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Handoff, faked, thrown on an out on the side. So Rager for about 9.
Is out of bounds and around the 39-yard line. Now that Dallas defense, which has just been shredded and annihilated, they got a rookie Gallimore up there. You saw Lawrence make that sack, and Alden Smith is back after 5 years trying to get his life together, and he has to this point. Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, the linebackers, with Jalen as the leading tackler. And then the guys in the secondary. Diggs is a rookie, and he's been burned a lot, but Mike McCarthy talking about...
All right, here we go. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. Handoff to the left. Going to find the edge, and he's running, stumbling, bumbling. Boston Scott looking fast out there.
Territory at about the 44-yard line.
Anybody got Scott in their fantasy lineups?
It's just bizarre. Here's Nate Herbig, and he's a good player. He's 330 pounds. Next nice block on Hamilton here. Jalen Smith's going to come out. But they just are giving up like 10-yard gash.
1st and 10, under center. Fake the handoff. Dumps it on an attempted screen and dropped by the running back.
Corey
Clement was the running back.
Running back can't handle it with 3.5 to go in the quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That Cowboy defense, highest in the NFL through 7 games since back in 1973. Of course, they changed defensive coordinators. Rod Marinelli had been there, now the defensive line coach with the Raiders, and they brought in Mike Nolan, who's been around a long time.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a little explanation of what it used to be, how they played defense, and maybe part of what they're not doing now.
2nd down and 10. Runs to the outside, a little low and caught. All right, what's the explanation?
Well, you know, with Rod Marinelli, they did one of 2 things. Either they would shoot the gap with their defensive line, and the offensive lineman would have to jump over, and then their linebackers would be protected, right? Or they would just, they just simply would stunt.
17 berserkers up in here, Valhalla Sports Talk.
And those linebackers
Fantasy football red zone.
Backside of it. Right now, there are teams that just continually get up to that next layer, and I think it's part of the reason they made the move on Dontari Poe, just so they could simply have somebody that knew what they were doing in Antoine Woods.
Defense.
Offsides on the defense.
Jerome Boger.
5-yard penalty resulted in first down.
On Jalen Smith, that'll be a first down. You think part of it too is, I mean, you had no preseason games and, you know, a crazy COVID, you know, a training camp, and Nolan could he couldn't institute what he wanted to do the way you normally could do it.
I mean, you're doing a hardcore shift to the left.
I'm not sure, Go Caps. I'm scheduled, I think, to do tomorrow night, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. I might just do one Viking stream a week and then these the Sunday nighters for the fantasy football folks.
From the 31-yard line to the outside. And the Cowboys were able to surround Boston Scott. Second down, we check in with Michelle.
Well, this week the Cowboys defense talked about a reset. DeMarcus Lawrence told me we have to clear our minds from last year. It's a totally different defense and a new defensive style, which some of us haven't played before. The first couple of games were really hard. New guys, new system, COVID, and very little one-on-one time. But the old way of playing won't work. Now it's one day at a time, Al.
Well, for Mike Nolan, of course, he's trying to figure out how he can implement what he wants to do on the fly. We're already halfway through the season. Second down and 14 right now. A four-man rush, and Wentz will fire down the sideline, caught on the run, and taken out of bounds inside the 5 is Travis Fulgham.
Wow, nice play by
What
Fulgham.
a story this kid has become. He's with Detroit, spent 4 days with Green Bay this summer. They picked him up, and he's been tremendous.
Watch the release here. He's going to slowly come off and rock back Diggs on his heels. He just stayed on it so long and was so patient. By the time that Diggs was trying to turn and go run with him, he was in a bad position. He was back on his heels, and that's why Fulgham was able to take advantage.
We'll get into Fulgham a little bit more as we go along. Meanwhile, you got Jalen Hurts is going to take the snap.
All right, first and goal for the Eagles.
Behind him. So the backup quarterback who's taking a few snaps.
Hurts in.
And then get a flag. With
Flag on the play.
Here. So he comes into the game. The play clock had run out.
Delay of game.
Delay a game on the offense.
Number 2. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So Hurts comes into the game. You know, when they drafted him, you thought, well, maybe he would be a lot like Taysom Hill, the way Peyton uses him in New Orleans. Not yet.
I'm not sad they lost, Go Caps. I'm happy the Packers lost.
Is you're not anticipating that 30-yard pass play, and so you're not really ready to go, and by the time you get out there, now you're late.
All right, so still first and goal.
On the sideline.
Wentz looks like he's back in there in the shotgun.
First down and goal, back at
2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Fake the handoff, looking left,
Wentz
throws it, hits Scott,
and then stepping out of bounds.
steps out about the 1.
Scott at the 2-yard line. Wilson covering on the play. Final minute of the first quarter. It's second down and goal.
Kind of interesting. The ball came out, but it looked like he had it and just punched it out when he went out of bounds. So I think that's the right call. Well, that was some catch that Boston Scott made to beat the Giants, wasn't it? First touchdown he ever had receiving.
At 5'6", got position on the defender.
All righty, 21 Berserkers up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone.
Receiver we were looking at.
Shotgun, second and goal. Handoff to Scott, faked, throws to the right, hits 18, Rager, and they say he scored a touchdown. Touchdown for the Eagles.
So the rookie who's been out since week 2 for thumb ligaments gives the Eagles the lead.
I think he got it across right here. Yeah.
Excited gamer
right
checks in, says, "What's up? What's up with you? Welcome to the channel."
Right there, the ball is going to cross the plane. Remember, only
hit that
the
subscribe button. Give the video a like.
Has to touch that white line, and I think it did. Probably
touch the pylon with the ball.
2 seconds left in the quarter as Philadelphia takes the lead. Good drive. They went 83 yards in 10 plays after the takeaway.
Try the extra point here.
Sack fumble was huge. I mean, Dallas seemed to have all the momentum early in this thing. And
Elliott, the kicker for the Eagles.
Each team with a turnover. Now Elliott comes in for the extra point.
He's doing good there. Go Caps. Thor's doing good. Kick is up. And it's good. Extra point is good. Eagles take the lead 7-3. Eagles take the lead 7-3, ladies and gentlemen. 21 Berserkers up in here, up in here. All right, let's pick our next game to look at for the fantasy implications today. Tennessee, Cincinnati. Cincinnati gets the dub, 31-20. Let's go to that game on your center screen. Yahoo Sportsbook, if you bet the over 49.50, you got the dub. If you took the money line plus 265 on the Bengals, you won that. And if you took the plus 7, you won that as well. The scores in the game: Ryan Tannehill to Corey Davis, 12-yard touchdown pass with the extra point, failed. Burrow pass to Giovanni Bernard, a 6-yard touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown, 9-yard touchdown. Burrow, a pass to Tyler Boyd for 7 yards and a touchdown. Randy Bullock made the extra point there. Giovanni Bernard, a rushing touchdown, 12-yarder. Henry, 3-yard rushing touchdown. Samjay Pirine rushed up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. And Randy Bullock. So overall, the stats overall for these teams: Tannehill on the day, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns. Burrow, 249 and 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher for the Titans, Derrick Henry, 18 for 112, the touchdown. Leading rusher for the Bengals was Bernard, 15 for 62 for a touchdown. Corey Davis, the leading receiver for the Titans, 8 for 128, the touchdown. A.J. Brown also got one. He was 4 for 24 with a touch. On the other side, the Cincinnati Bengals, T. Higgins, big day, 6 for 78, 24 with his long. Boyd had a touchdown, 6 for 67. And Giovanni Bernard, another 3 receptions, 10 yards, and another score there. So let's get back to the Cowboy game here. Back to that side of the coin. It's up on our screen here. Let's see where we're at. Still in the commercial break. Still in the commercial break. Callum Jackson checks in. What's up, Callum? Sheila Jones, what's up, everybody? Good game so far. And Rick Simmons says, hey, brother, I needed the Raiders to win. 21 Berserkers up in here as Thor's army continues to grow. Callum says, anyone drinking tonight? I'm having me a little Pepsi-Cola, that's all. Still in the commercial break here. 21 Berserkers up in here. Please hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. A little something different here on YouTube. Fantasy Football Red Zone presented by Valhalla Sports Talk. All right, we're back at it.
Coordinator Mike Nolan, and he's really letting them have it after that drive of 83 yards in 10 plays. Van Der Esch on the bench there. Sean Lee as well. As we start the second quarter, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Michelle Tafoya.
Yeah, they did, Rick. They did me proud today.
Danucci now with Tony.
I'm still wearing their gear. Still wearing their gear, my man.
26-yard line. Going to get taken down in the backfield, busting through his Will Parks.
Pollard taken down right there.
So Danucci, let's take a look at Ben through the years. He was born in Atlanta, but they moved to Pennsylvania when he was 1. He was the Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. Went to the University of Pittsburgh, started 6 games there between 15 and 17, then left and went to.
Not sure I like that music they're playing there. That might be a problem.
Back from James Madison to play
in the National
Football League. He started 3 out of 4, but got blindsided and sacked and gave it up, and that pass is a little too high.
29, that's our high for today. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone.
but he left Pitt, and then he didn't want to stay out of here, so we had to drop down to a
Fantasy
division,
Football Red
lower
Zone
division,
for
which was
Fantasy
James
Football
Madison,
Fanatics
and
by a
took them
Fantasy
to
Football
that division's
Fanatic.
championship game last year.
We do something a little different here on the channel. We do something a little different. We go through all the games during the game, during the Thursday night game or the Sunday night game, and check in to see what our fantasy football people did.
He said, what did I do with my helmet? Which is for all of us whenever you're a backup and have to go in the game.
Torpedo 3 is the call from this quarterback dude. Timeout, Cowboys.
Which had gone to 0 and tries to get the
Before the
timeout
play
in
clock
time.
expired, timeout Dallas.
Timeout Dallas on the play.
So among the things with DiNucci, so many interesting facts here. Back in middle school, 7th grade, there he is. And
All right, we gotta let that pause there. I don't know that that's game audio. 28 Berserkers up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone. Julian rooting for them Cowboys.
Frisco, Texas, had a little chat. Comes to the 7th round, and the Cowboys.
JD
say,
Turtles
he's
checks
still
in,
out
says
there.
hi. Hello, JD.
We got to get him. And who could have figured that he's going to start on Sunday night in the middle of the season? But that's what
Shotgun.
Prescott got for the year, and Dalton out at least.
Pressure getting to him. He bleeds out to the right.
On the move.
Throwing deep.
And
it's incomplete.
It's Dalton.
That looked ugly.
All the way down there. Indication is against Dallas.
Penalty on the play.
Holding. Offense number 70. This penalty is declined.
Penalty
Results
decline,
of the
no.
play, 4th down.
That is Zach Martin.
That's going to make it a 4th down.
Here comes the punting group.
Yeah, great matchup with Fletcher Cox inside here and Zach Martin. And you're going to see on the tail end of this play, just as you started to get a scramble out of DiNucci, Zach Martin didn't really know where his quarterback was and grabbed the jersey, and that was that.
Well, got to keep an eye on
So
Chris
Dallas
Jones.
punting
He has
from
not
deep.
been healthy this week. The question as to whether he'd be
From the
able to
10-yard line.
around all week.
They try to pressure him. They don't get to him. It's going to come down about the 40 on the other side of the field, but this guy's got room to run. 50 down at about the 49. Flag on the play.
As he's taken down at midfield.
30 Berserkers up in here as Thor's army continues to grow.
So Jerome Boger and the crew getting a little busier here after a 37-yard punt.
Go Caps, you asked who was watching that already and nobody answered you.
Just
That
tell
probably
me
means
it's kind of
nobody.
Speeding up a little bit for DiNucci. He has to get there. So once he goes out of bounds, you're not supposed to give him the shove. You're supposed to let him go. And then another grab on the back end of it.
So there are 2 fouls on this play. That's
Officials
the
talking
reason
about
for
it.
the sidebar, whatever they're talking about.
So that's the reason they have the rule that once you get out of bounds, you have to immediately work your way back onto the field because they don't want players going out of bounds.
There are
to
2
make
fouls on the
hits.
play. During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 30. This penalty is declined. During the kick, holding. Receiving team, number 36. 10 yards from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So a minute in.
All right, so we're headed to a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Headed to another commercial break. All right, so let's take a look at our next game. Las Vegas, Cleveland. Las Vegas, Cleveland for you fantasy football fanatics. 16-6 was the final. Vegas wins it. If you bet the plus 100 money line, you won. If you took 1 point, you won. If you bet the under of 47.5, you won. Scoring plays. Parkey gets a field goal. Carlson gets a field goal. Carlson gets a second field goal. Parkey gets another field goal. Derek Carr passed to Hunter Renfrow for 4 yards and a touchdown. And then Carlson got yet another field goal. So a battle of the kickers. Carr 112 with 1 touch. Cleveland, Baker Mayfield 122 yards, no touchdowns. Leading rusher for the Raiders was Jacobs, 31 rushes, 128. Leading rusher for the Browns was Kareem Hunt, 14 rushes, 66 yards, long of 18. Leading receiver in this game was Darren Waller, the tight end for the Raiders, 5 for 28. Jarvis Landry for the Browns, 4 for 52. The big scores, though, were those kickers. Carlson, 3 for 4. Parkey, 2 for 3. That does it for that one. Let's get back to the Dallas game. Get back to this Dallas game, folks. Still in the commercial break. All right, still in this commercial break. 27 Berserkers up in here, TV, they're making fun of the division that the Cowboys and the Eagles reside in now. Horrible division it is, but somebody is going to make the playoffs. Callum says, let's go Cowboys. All right, let's get back at it.
If this game were to wind up in a tie tonight, you'd have the leaders in the division with 2 victories.
One of these days, I think you and I should take the week off and just go hang out with whoever makes those graphics for us.
That's great.
Have a drink, sit around and dream up some of those ideas.
Good stuff, guys.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Wentz in the shotgun. He's got a wide receiver far out left, puts a receiver in motion that same direction. Eagles are traveling left to right on your TV screen. Ball snapped, hand off to Scott. Scott going to the left, trying to find the corner, and he doesn't find it.
Just barely gets to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Lewis tackles him there, 2nd down.
Well, here you go. If you can't stop the run, what do? Let's play add-on. So let's bring the safety blitz down here. I think this is Xavier Woods coming in. Now you've got an extra guy.
Dustin
right
Henderson checks in, puts up some numbers. I don't know what those mean. King Leopold says, let's go Cowboys. Looking for a little bit of that cowbell up in here,
You can't play a traditional defense and stop people from running the ball. So let's see if we can knock them back again.
NFC East champs are going to be 6-9-1, says Dustin.
2nd down and 9.
I could believe that. Wentz looking, got a lot of time, throws it.
Fires caught midfield. Fulgham
finds Fulgham for a long gain.
Diggs, they're picking on him tonight.
Tell me who you guys got in your fantasy leagues. Tell me who you got running. Anybody playing in this game?
Jason Peters, it's been a little bit of controversy around here whether or not they wanted him to come back and play for Jordan Mailata, but watch him here against Alden Smith. Watch the finish of this thing. It's like a KO punch. If Jason Peters is right, he's one of the great ones that's ever played that left tackle position. Boy, they have been a mess on that offensive line.
All right, so the Eagles now sitting at about the 50, about the 49 actually. Wentz under center. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right, brings one in motion, fakes the handoff. Tried to set up a screen that didn't work, and he almost gets picked off, but it falls incomplete.
Again, they're going Diggs' way, so they're not scared of the rookie, even though Mike McCarthy, when I asked him about the best players on the team, he was one of the 4 he named.
Yeah, they're not scared because Diggs has given up some really big, long touchdowns this year. And I think a lot of it is rookies that play cornerback, there's just so much to learn. They're just, these pro wide receivers are just so good. But you can see spurts of him being brilliant.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles, still at the 49, their own 49. Wentz under center.
2nd and 10, Corey Clement.
Hand off. Clement straight up the middle for a gain of about 7.
Super Bowl after the 17th season. Sean Lee makes the tackle, setting up a 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. Lee comes.
Dustin says you're killing it, bro. Great job, by the way. Appreciate it, man.
Lee right there. Just watch him.
Robbie White says congrats on that big dub against the Pac-Man Viking. Yes, still wearing my Viking gear. Take a look at it. It's beautiful.
Jason Kelsey, who gets over on the double team. The one thing that you, as a linebacker, really need to be able to do is step into that.
Yeah, you can swear if you want to, Callum. I don't care.
They're a little bit late so far here.
25 Berserkers up in here, up in here.
Get a sports attorney, 3rd down and 3.
Shotgun, 3rd and 3. Wentz has some time back there, looking, surveys the field, throws it, incomplete.
Has to fling it away. So nobody could get open, and it's 4th down.
Going to bring up a 4th down here.
Well, after Jordan Mailata on the first block of the game got beat to the inside, now he sets a little better against Aldon Smith. And when you have a guy that weighs upwards of 250 pounds, if he can make that initial stop. But honestly, Aldon Smith has been really struggling. He was so good the first 3 or 4
Looks like the Eagles are going to go for it here.
But watching him last week, it was not the same guy we had seen on opening night.
So here is
No problem, Callum.
Peterson going for it, at least lining up to go for it.
Ball snapped, shotgun. He's got some time, and Wentz gets blown up. Ball's loose. Cowboys recover it. Wentz got slobber knocked right there by the Cowboys.
With it at the 46-yard line, so that Cowboys
Bobby says, say what the F you want.
After they were read out on the sideline by Nolan.
All right, so we are headed to a commercial break here, ladies and gentlemen. Wentz has no pocket awareness and then walks off the field looking goofy. Oh, man, that was funny. All right, let's take a look at another game here. Dustin says, oh, my damn. Yeah, he got popped. Wally mopped. All right, so what games have we already done here? All right, we ended with the Raiders-Cleveland, so let's look at that Detroit-Indy game. Let's take a quick look at the Detroit-Indy game. 41-21 is your final as the Lions get absolutely slobber-whopped as they just get destroyed. Lions fans, calm down. Indianapolis Colts -182 is the money line. If you bet that, you got money. You got paid. You got the Skrilla scratch. Point spread was -3.5. If you bet that, you won. And the over was 48.5. If you bet that, you got the W. You got the W. Let's look at the scores. First quarter, Stafford passed to Marvin Jones for 25 yards. Second quarter, Rivers to Nyheim Hines for a 22-yard touchdown. Next round, it was Phillip Rivers passes to Jack Doyle for a 7-yard touchdown. Then Rivers to Hines again for another 29-yard touchdown. So Rivers and Hines had big games. Stafford then in the third quarter passed to Kerryon Johnson for a 9-yard touchdown. Then in the fourth quarter, Wilkins rushed for a 1-yard score. Kenny Moore intercepted Stafford for a 29-yard pick and touchdown. And then Stafford got Jones for a 4-yard touchdown, and Trey Burton, 2-yard touchdown. So those were your scores in the game. Quick look at the leading folks. Phillip Rivers, 262 for 3 touchdowns. For Detroit, Stafford was 336 for 3 touchdowns. Leading rushers, Wilkins, 20 for 89 with 1 touch. Trey Burton also had a touchdown for the Colts. Rushing, Agnew for the Lions, 1 for 11. Not good, not good. Receiving, Hines, 3 for 54 with 2 touchdowns, and Jack Doyle had a reception for a touchdown as well. Marvin Hall, leading receiver for Detroit, 4 for 113. And Marvin Jones had 3 for 39 with 2 touches. On the defensive side, quite a few. We had 2 sacks by Danico Artry and a sack by Kenny Moore. On the Lions side, 1 sack by Denny Shelton, and Romeo Okwara had a sack as well. So that's that game. That's that game. Next up, Minnesota Green Bay. We'll go back to the Dallas game. Go back and check in on these Cowboys. Still in a commercial break. All right, let's get it.
Lawrence Armstrong recovered it.
2nd and 10 for the Cowboys.
Turnovers tonight for Philadelphia. 2nd down and 10. Quick toss out here to Gallup.
Toss to Gallup, who's pulled out of bounds just before he got to the first down marker.
Takes care of him there. It's going to set up a 3rd down and short.
And now here's the real sort of tragedy as Jim Schwartz looks on.
Henderson says 2 giveaways already. Here we go again. I love Wentz, but he looks like my dude plays for the other team.
The Dallas Cowboys, with the drafting of CeeDee
Bobby
Lamb
agreed.
This year, they were built on the outside, right? Michael
Bobby says, yes, they
Gallup,
played like
CeeDee
garbage
Lamb
in the
on
first
outside.
half.
Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott was red hot. They're throwing it all over the
Sunday
place.
Night Football here on Valhalla
500
Sports
yards
Talk.
a game,
Fantasy
and then
Football Red Zone.
Quarterback change.
For Fantasy Football Fanatics by a Fantasy Football Fanatic. 23 Berserkers up in here, up in here.
They give him the extra yard here, and then again it's a snap to Elliott. Third time they've done that tonight. He gets to the 31-yard line.
Well, and I think what the Cowboys
Elliott takes
are
that
doing
for a
best
1-yard
right now
gain.
is what's called these duo blocks, which is let
7-3 is the
Zach
score,
Martin
folks.
be
7-3,
involved
Philadelphia
in a
leading.
double-team block up front and get a push, and then let Zeke Elliott just run right behind it. Here's your best player right there. So you get the double team going. Let Zeke get it. Now just pick a hole. There you go. Get that movement off of there. That's easy. They can do that. That's what they've always done well.
Now you've got Cedric
Callum
Wilson.
wondering where everyone's from. 2nd and 6 for the
Now,
Cowboys.
he's going to take this.
Wilson takes the direct snap, hands it to Zeke.
To Elliott. Wilson was a former
Short gain of
high
about
school
1.
quarterback, so he's used to taking snaps, but not for a few years. And it's 3rd down and 4.
Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator over there, and I asked him, are you going to wear a headset tonight, or are you going to wear a helmet? Because he is the quarterback that played for a long time. Actually played.
Dustin Henderson
for Jim
says
Schwartz,
Brandon
the
Graham better
defensive coordinator
retire.
on the other side. So you're seeing it all tonight.
25 Berserkers up in here. Thor's Berserkers. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk. Fantasy football red zone show. Going to bring up a 4th for the Cowboys.
So Danucci now 4 out of 9 after a hot start for 41 yards.
Yeah, Alex Singleton, watch him drop and almost get this one. Jalen Mills almost had the one earlier in the night. I mean, he is just missing throwing some pick 6 kind of throws here. He's got to see that inside-out coverage coming.
All right, lining up. Zerline lining up for the field goal here.
Will now try to make another 49-yarder. 9:50 to go in the half.
Kick is up, and the kick is good, ladies and gentlemen. Kick is good.
Back-to-back from 49, and it's a
We head to a commercial break. "20 Berserkers up in here, ladies and gentlemen. 20 Berserkers up in here as Thor's army continues to grow. So 7-6 is the score in a thriller from Philadelphia. 20 Berserkers up in here, Yep, next is going to come up the Pax game. I think I'm going to wait for one more commercial break for that because we're going through them pretty quick. Getting through them pretty quick. Callum says, can anyone guess where I'm from? London. France. Francois. 18 Berserkers up in here. Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications so you know when we go online. Yep, I voted. Definitely voted. 17 Berserkers up in here. We're about to get back at it. Ashton McDaniel, you still happy that the Dodgers won the World Series? Of course I am. Ecstatic. All right, we're about to get back to this game.
They have good players, right? I mean,
Callum's from Australia. I knew that. I didn't want to ruin it.
Played at the top end of their profession at various positions.
Ball's
Just
kicked
has
away.
not come together yet.
Kickoff is going bound through the end zone. 9:46 remaining in the half as the new
Caps, do you really know who your teams are, dude? Because you are all over the place.
Jerry Jones, well, Jerry's had that look a little bit this year. Hasn't been anywhere near the season that he anticipated. The Cowboys were thought to be, a contender, certainly not only for the division, but maybe a little bit beyond. Anything but rough.
Well, and they thought getting Andy Dalton was a coup, right? I mean, here he comes.
Dustin says 2
and no
giveaways
matter what
already to a
happens
team with
to
the
Dak
fewest
Prescott
takeaways this year.
during the course of the season, they
Rough
probably
night.
have the best
Rough
backup
night.
quarterback in the league. And that didn't really
Here we
work
go.
out that way either, in part because
Eagles take
the
over on the
offensive line.
23. Under center is Wentz. Hands it off.
Last week, as this drive
Short
began for
gain.
Boston
I think that was Scott again.
4-yard run to the 29. Jalen Smith makes the stop. Yeah, they went to Cincinnati.
Ashton says, I also
He was
like the
already
Bucks.
gone from there when
Don't
they
forget
picked
about no
Burrow.
politics on the
Dalton became
channel.
available. And you think you're right. You got somebody. If something happens to Prescott, and nothing had happened to Dak throughout his career, and then all of a sudden the worst thing of all happens, he's gone for the season. Meanwhile, Dalton still in that concussion protocol, so not here tonight. Next week could play.
Here we go. Wentz under center. He's got Scott behind him. Puts a receiver in motion. Hand off to Scott. Going right. Found some room. First down. First down, Eagles.
Boston Scott has now carried 7 times for 57 yards.
Watch Jason Kelsey here take the 3 technique and shoot him out the back door. That's what it takes. When somebody gets displaced by not 1 gap, but 2 gaps, there's no way to make up for that.
Scott again. No, Clement, sorry. Short gain for Clement.
It's just so frustrating. I mean, you could hear it in the voice of DeMarcus Lawrence this week, some of the comments that he made. DeMarcus Lawrence plays his tail off. I mean, he plays so hard every snap, and he was so frustrated last week. You could just hear it inside him. It was like painful.
Wentz in the shotgun now. He's got Clement to his left. This ball snapped. Throws it to the right. It's caught just short of the first down. Fulgham.
With Anthony.
A little bit of music there. Can't be having that.
A lot of frustration came at him.
All right, 3rd and 1, going for it. Wentz at the keeper. Looks like he got it.
Takes it for a first down into
That's going to
Cowboy
be a
territory.
Eagle. First down, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody knows a quarterback sneak is coming on those 3rd and 1s, and they still can't stop it. I mean, just look at all the Cowboys they've got piled in here. It's unbelievable. Everybody's just playing 1 play, and they just cannot keep him from picking up a yard.
Helps to be 6'5" and about 240.
Strong guy.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles at midfield. Fake handoff. Wentz rolls left, throwing it deep on the left side. Incomplete.
And they go to Hightower, who's caught a couple of passes in the last couple of weeks, each for more than
King
50
Leopold
yards.
asks,
That
what's the
time,
score?
they
It's
go
right
to
there on the
work
middle of your
things
screen, my friend.
equal to the task. 2nd and 10.
Well, let's give Randy Gregory welcome back, and a nice little play there. He's going to stay hustling, spinning, came back, and at least was able to make Carson Wentz throw this thing a little earlier than he wanted to. They need some of those flash plays on the edge.
Diggs, the rookie, on coverage there on Hightower.
Back end of it, hanging with him. So that's the way it's kind of been all year with Diggs.
2nd and 10,
really
Wentz
good.
under center.
Some not so good.
Single running back to his back. Handoff. Goes to the right.
Scott.
And taken down. Scott taken down after a gain of 2.
3rd down and 6. Van Der Esch makes the tackle.
Can you watch Boston Scott and not think of Darren Sproles?
That's exactly who you think
I mean,
of.
you just can't help yourself, he's just one of those very small running backs who's thick and strong and quick and unafraid and just continues to make
Alrighty.
plays.
Bit of music.
minutes.
And back at it.
Taken here by Dallas.
Timeout by Dallas. Six, 7 is your score, ladies and gentlemen. 6-7 in this one. Still in the commercial break. We'll go through a number of those games at the half. Already done reviews on 1, 2, 3, 4 games, so 5 of the games, so we'll have plenty of time. Plenty of time, ladies and gentlemen. All right, back at it.
For some of those too, it's not all the offensive line.
And a little razzle
Double reverse, looking to pass. Ward decides to run it instead. Gains about 7.
And runs to the 43-yard line. So it'll be 4th down now. They went for it the last time, and it did not work out.
We almost had another Philly special here. Let's watch Carson Wentz on the back end of this thing. And I think that is Xavier Woods who recognized it just enough, and there was just enough pressure on Ward.
Dustin Henderson, let's go Eagles, punting.
So their first punt from Cameron Johnston.
Going to come down in the 5.
Inside the 5.
And the Eagles don't stop it from going into the end zone.
Into the end zone, they cannot. It's a touchback. Back.
All right, headed to another commercial break, folks. Callum wondering what he can have for dinner. "23 Berserkers up in here, ladies and gentlemen. 23 up in here, up in here." Got a big old mosquito wanting to die a violent death.
mean, these plays are coming from so far deep in the playbook. I guarantee you that some of these come from like high school playbooks.
The appendix, Michael Gallup. You know what's interesting to me, Chris, is that you've got the rookie quarterback. He has no experience. You would think you would shorten the playbook. You'd make it as minimum as you could, minimal. And yet they put all this crazy stuff in. And by the way, hey, listen, we want you to line up outside. We want you to be a wide receiver. We want you to block.
I had baked chicken, barbecued chicken with mac and cheese. That's what I had for dinner.
3 times a night. First 3 times in his career. If that gives you any indication.
2nd and 9 for the Cowboys.
It's a brand new playbook. 2nd down and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Fake handoff, rolling to the right.
Sidearm incomplete just before he steps out
Incomplete.
of bounds. Fletcher Cox was there. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and Danucci has 6 of 12 for 56 yards.
He has Patrick Mahomes in his vision. Here we go. That was Kent Colby right there. That thing was dropped down below sidearm. He wrapped it right around Fletcher Cox. Look at these things. Oh. It's amazing he hasn't had.
That looked worse on the replay. That was dumb.
A little bit of street ball.
Yeah.
Shotgun, 3rd and 9. A lot of movement. Flags on the play.
So far in this game, 2 penalties against Philadelphia, 1 against Dallas. Jerome Boger.
You're in the mess hall, Callum.
Number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So the Cowboys have 4 former quarterbacks in that quarterback room. Moore, Nussmeier, Tolzien, and Seneca Wallace all started at least one NFL game at quarterback. So he's had a lot of guys speaking to him this week. I think a lot of information in. 3rd and 14.
All right, 3rd and 14. Shotgun thrown behind him to 11. 11 thought about passing it, but instead he's just going to get hit really hard by the Eagles.
Have you ever been in a room with a bunch of guys, a bunch of quarterbacks, whatever, and somebody tells a joke, and you start laughing a little bit, and the other one goes, oh, I got one, hold on a minute. And then the next guy goes, wait, I got one here. You kind of get the feeling that everybody who's ever designed a play has suggested at least 4.
You're in the break, Callum. You're in the break.
That being yet another.
A little bit of can you
The
top
jail.
this?
19. Berserkers up in here,
Cowboys, at least so far in the first half, their defense.
Punt formation for the Cowboys.
Here's Chris Jones.
Punts away.
Line drive, kick.
Comes down at about the 30. Fielded by an Eagle. 30, 40, 45.
Staying in bounds,
About the
getting close to
47.
50-yard line is Greg Ward.
Callum said, yes, I'm on the bridge. No, that's the bridge is where they actually pilot the boat. Seven is our score, ladies and gentlemen. 6-7 in a thriller. Friday, about to get back at it. Advertisement for Clemson Notre Dame on Saturday, 7 Eastern.
I think it's number 4 Saturday night right here on NBC. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 49-yard line after the punt run back. And they hand the ball off to Boston Scott, who takes it across the 50 for a gain of 2. Second down and 8.
Now this game may well come down to offensive guard play and center play as we look at the wind.
Yeah, we'll go over at the half here, bud. We'll go over at the half. We'll look at the Packers game.
Blocks, they call them duo blocks, where you just come out and just try and move the defensive tackle in front of you back into the linebackers. You're trying to create congestion moving forward with those offensive linemen. And with the way the wind is howling out here, both teams are running the same play. Whoever's the most successful, likely the winner.
For the most part, the wind is with Wentz. Swirls though a little bit, and that's dropped on the
incomplete
outside
there, incomplete.
Rager coming back. Deshaun Jackson, another guy that they're missing. He got hurt in the Giants game on a punt return. He's probably out at least till the end of the season. But Rager comes back, and he was the number 21 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, and don't forget he had the thumb surgery, so he's got a brace on that thumb. So hanging on to the ball might be a little tougher than it would be ordinarily.
He has caught 3 tonight for 16 yards. Fulgham's been the guy, as he has been for the last month. 3 catches, 56 yards. It's 3rd down and 8. And a bunch to the left side. Cowboys blitzing.
Deep pass by Wentz to the left, meant for Goddard.
Flag is down.
Flag down on the play.
Anthony Brown. Flag is down in the offensive backfield.
I don't know if Randy Gregory hit Wentz low or not.
Personal foul, rough in the passer. Defense, number 94, low hit on the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
The speed of Gregory is starting to show up. He's looping inside. He's getting blocked as he leans into that thing. It's pretty high up on the thighs. Maybe the initial hit right at the knees. We're going to protect the quarterbacks in the NFL. We're going to protect the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Callum, ask your lieutenant commander if he wants to meet Thor, the 4-star general.
That's what that is.
Put his picture
Only
up.
3 times?
You know, we don't have much time.
It was a 3rd and 8, so that would have been a punt. Instead, it's a first
Wentz
down.
in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Ball snapped, looking deep. Leads out to the right. Throws it for the end zone. Intercepted. But did he stay in bounds?
By Diggs. And Diggs is contending that he caught it in bounds, and now you got a conference here.
Diggs with an interception if it stands.
Will Diggs stay in bounds, or will it simply be an incomplete pass?
The result of the play is an interception by the defense for a touchback. First down, Dallas.
That is close. If that knee is down, and the other part of it is if the shin is down before the knee, they called it an interception, so you get the benefit of the doubt. You know, did it roll down on the shin? Because the shin would be enough, even if the knee hit out of bounds.
Time to bring Terry McCauley in. Terry, what are you seeing?
All right, they're going to review this.
If the shin is down first, absolutely first, clear and obvious, then it is an interception. But it looks to me like it's just so close, Chris, Al, that it's not clear and obvious it's incomplete. I think they're going to stay with this.
I think so too. I think the shin is down right there. I mean, that's got to be enough, I believe, to at least not overturn it.
That last shot shows us absolutely that they're going to have to stay with this because it's not obvious.
Bobby says Valhalla final numbers. Oops, I missed it.
Before the shin comes down.
Looking at my phone.
Well,
final numbers for that Bills stream are 10,658. Congratulations, dude.
Not a scoring
way
play,
cool.
it has to be challenged.
Way cool. Patriots Nation showed up for you, dude. I like it.
Anyway, that's,
yeah, because it was called as
I like it. I like it.
Right.
Not incomplete.
Another look here. It's going to be confirmed as an interception.
So I wonder if
That
that's
is an
Diggs' first
unusual
interception.
play right
He's
there.
obviously the brother
Very
of the Diggs that
unusual
plays
play,
for the
but
Bills
the
now.
fact that shin melted into the ground before the knee hit out of bounds, and I'm not so sure even the knee wasn't in bounds.
All right, Cowboys starting off 1st and 10 at the 20.
20-yard line. They start this drive.
Ooh, Zeke runs into a wall.
And that's going to take us to
Edwards.
the 2-minute warning. Malik Jackson.
Yeah, they did, Bobby.
And with 2 minutes to go in the half, and the Cowboys with the ball after the Diggs interception, it's 7-6.
Kellum says, no, Valhalla asked me to ask the commander to show the Thor picture. Oops. Here comes the Thor picture for your commander, Kellum. Tell him that's what a 4-star general looks like on YouTube. "19 berserkers up in here, up in here." In a commercial break here. Like I mentioned, when we get to the halftime here, I'll go through the 4 more games for the fantasy football folks. Check out the stats. On deck are Minnesota Green Bay, Kansas City game against the Jets, Miami and the Rams, and Pittsburgh Baltimore. Let's look at this game. It should be about to get ready to back at it. Let me let this dog in. I'll be right back, folks. They're about to get back at it, folks. Here we go.
As the Saints win it, Cowboy offense, they had defense had 3 takeaways coming into the game. They have 3 tonight, and their first interception since week 1.
Second and 13.
Danucci flushed out,
rolling to his right, and throws it away.
Out of bounds at that point. Brandon Graham, who already has a sack tonight, chased him. 3rd and 13. So you're wondering who's the backup to the backup. Well, he'd be there. That's one Garrett Gilbert, a little bit of NFL experience. Picked him up. Played with the Orlando Apollos.
A platoon is a group of soldiers, usually about 40 strong.
Bring him in because Prescott's gone for the year. Dalton, of course, is out this week. You had Danucci now starting. And Gilbert would be the guy because Roger Staubach was not available.
I was going to say, what kind of plays would they have for him?
Yeah.
All right, shotgun on 3rd and 13. Fake handoff.
And that's dropped by
bounces right off of Gallup's face.
He can't handle it. And it's 4th down.
Salvador Adame says, congrats on the Viking W. Thanks, Salvador. It was a big win. Big win for the Vikings Nation.
Gallup's out here. They got the play set for him. And okay, that would be a cool play, right? Even if you don't pick up the first down, give your guy a little confidence. Look at that. It's a good throw. Now you're in danger, though. You have that big play.
Hunt by the Cowboys.
Chris Jones. Much out of bounds. And they'll have it near midfield. And the Eagles have all of their timeouts at 1:43. Well, we can tell you that 4 drivers raced for glory with the...
Man, my NASCAR driver got knocked out today. Got knocked out of the playoffs. What a bummer. So Keselowski, Elliott, Hamlin, Logano racing for the championship at Phoenix this weekend. JD Turtles is back.
Right?
The Breeders' Cup next week.
Clemson, Notre Dame, got it all next week.
Apart from that, not a lot. From the 47-yard line. Wentz fires to the outside. Taken down. Scott by Jalen Smith. Eagles looking for that double-up situation where they have the ball.
No Cap says JD, the New England Revolution won the game, the soccer game.
Significant drive for Dallas's defense. They've hung in there all night. They need one more.
Oh, that's incomplete. Closing on it quickly. Hightower, the intended receiver, and Diggs was right there, 3rd down and 7.
I tell you what, he almost set up. Watch Diggs. He's got help behind him. And so he's really deep, trying to bait him into that throw that he's going to jump and take to the house. And he was just a quarter step late, just a quarter step back. If he'd have just held his ground, he'd have had it. He fooled Carson Wentz on the play. Got a safety sitting right behind him. He wasn't in danger of getting beat deep.
Diggs has been in a lot of the action tonight. 3rd and 7. Play clock at 1.
3rd and 7. Wentz in the shotgun. Throws it over the middle. It's going to be short.
The pass will be hauled in.
Ward with the catch.
And there's Diggs again. And now you've got a 4th down and a yard, maybe 2.
I mean, honestly, Dallas's offense isn't scaring you, right? You go for this here. Now, they might milk a little clock just in case they don't pick it up. But you definitely are not scared to death of what you're seeing on the other side of the ball if Dallas happens to get it back right here.
3rd time they've gone for it on 4th down tonight. They do take the clock pretty much all the way down before they take a timeout here with 32 seconds.
All right, so timeout with 32 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't think Doug Peterson was even hesitating as to whether or not he was going to go for it. He just wanted to put his team in the best position.
25 berserkers up in here, up in here.
In these situations.
Valhalla Sports Talk's Fantasy Football Red Zone. Or Fantasy Football Fanatics by a Fantasy Football Fanatic.
Started out with a bang, but have fizzled since.
Okay, so everybody on Dallas's defense is thinking, all right, here comes a quarterback sneak. So if you have whatever alternative off of that, whatever that is, there's something that Doug Peterson has drawn up that they're going to fake like it's a quarterback sneak and then do something. What that something is, I have no idea, but here you go with an empty backfield and a shotgun.
All right, so Wentz in the shotgun on 4th and 1. 5 wide. They bring Scott back into the backfield. Snapped. Goes to the right. Incomplete. Incomplete.
So the Cowboys are going to get it. They have 1 timeout and they've got 29 seconds.
Injured Eagle on the play, number 71.
Peters down, and
oh boy,
that's another bad sign for the Eagles as he comes hobbling off.
All right, Callum, you have a good night, dude.
One-on-one all by himself, and you knew the Eagles, maybe they throw deep, whatever. This is as tough as you get in coverage. Thought he might have grabbed the jersey initially, but did not. Good no call by the officials. And now here we go. It's a safe little area right now. You've got some space behind you if you want to give Ben DiNucci a chance.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at about the 44-yard line. Shotgun. DiNucci running to the right. Complete to Gallup, who gets out of bounds after a first. Cowboy, 1st down.
To halftime, 1st down.
Yeah, and if you're Jim Schwartz, you're in a little bit of a dilemma here. You want to play a little bit soft, right? Because you don't want to give up a touchdown this late in the half. But you don't want Ben DiNucci to get any confidence going either by playing soft and giving him some of those easy throws.
And letting Zerline get into field goal range.
All right, shotgun again. Handoff to Elliott. Up the middle. Short gain.
It's safe here. And timeout is taken by the Cowboys.
Cowboys take a timeout.
Pick up at least a few yards to give Zerline an opportunity to give them the lead. For the Cowboys, that defense, it's the best first half they've had in a long time. Look at that. Over the last 6 games, every game but the opener against the Rams back in September, they have put themselves in a major hole. And they've trailed by 14 or more in almost every game this season.
But I'm telling you, it's playing right to what their strength is, which is the ability to just come off, double team, hand Ezekiel Elliott the ball.
All right, so they're at about the
42-yard
line on the Philadelphia side of the field. DiNucci in the shotgun. 5 wides. Throws it to the left.
The pass is dropped.
Incomplete to Elliott.
On the outside. Took only a couple of seconds. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
You know, those are tough, man. That's the play. You had it. They brought a blitz off the right side, and they had a defensive end that had to go sprint out there and try and cover Ezekiel Elliott in the flat, and they can't hit it. You know, those are the plays you have to hit. When you guess right, you got the perfect play on. It would have been in field goal range, and they missed that one.
Right now, if they don't gain another yard, you're looking at a 59-yard attempt into the wind.
That's not good, Callum.
DiNucci rolling and throwing into traffic, and lucky that one wasn't picked. So it's 4th down, and they've got to send in Jones. Well, we'll see if they're going to send Jones in. They're going to bring Zerline in, at least for the moment.
They're going to try a long kick with Zerline here.
10 seconds. You're groaning.
Well, you know, if that's the plan, there were ways to pick up a few yards there. This is a bomb right now.
And again, into what would be the
all right, so Zerline lines up a 57-yarder.
In the NFL in the country right now. You've got a little wind shear.
Kick is up. And low. Holy crap, and it's good. Wow, 62-yarder.
No elevation on it. So Zerline, who kicked the Rams into the Super Bowl in that New Orleans game a couple of years back. Take a look at the tracer here.
That's crazy.
This is such a brilliant play by Zerline. He knew he had no chance if he kicked a traditional ball to get that there. He said, I'm just going to take a shot, hitting a Pete Rose line drive, let that wind blow it back to the right. That was a brilliant play by a tremendous kicker. That was fantastic.
And a screwball. Now think about it was the
that's crazy.
Kick in the Atlanta game.
Yeah, the hyper spin.
Right, the hyper spin, the onside kick. All those years with the Rams, they let him go. John Fossil, the special teams coach, came over with him, and Dallas, with 3 field goals off the foot of number 2, lead 9-7.
This is crazy.
It is.
How are the Cowboys leading this game?
You tell me.
I don't know. It's fun, though.
It is.
All right, so the ball kicked and out of the back of the end zone.
You're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Do the Eagles try to do something here? I guess not.
A relatively high-scoring game with these two defenses giving up tons of yards and tons of points this season is anything but.
Yeah, don't forget now. I mean, let's just be honest of what we have here. The Philadelphia Eagles have one offensive line that they thought were going to be starters from opening day. The Dallas Cowboys have 2.
Eagles going to just kneel it down here.
Starters from opening day. So a lot of creativity.
All right, so that's it for the first half, everybody. That's it for the first half. 9-7 is the score. Dallas holding on to a thin lead after that field goal, 62-yarder by Zerline. So we head to the half. Now let's take a look at some of those earlier games, okay? So we'll start. Next one on the docket here is Minnesota versus Green Bay. Vikings win the game 28-22, advance to 2-5 on the season. Green Bay drops to 5-2. If you bet the game today, if you bet the game and you took plus 220 on the money line, you got to win for the Vikes. Plus 6, you got to win for the Vikes. And 48.5 was the over. If you bet the over, you got the win. Scoring in this game started off in the first quarter. Rodgers passed to Devontae Adams, 5-yard touchdown. Crosby made the kick, 7-0 Green Bay. Next, ensuing drive, Dalvin Cook rushed up the middle for a 21-yard touchdown. Dan Bailey makes the PAT, 7-7. Second quarter, Aaron Rodgers passes Devontae Adams for a 1-yard touchdown. Mason Crosby made the PAT, 14-7 Green Bay. Then the Vikings go right back down before the half. Dalvin Cook rushes to the right for a 1-yard touchdown. Dan Bailey made that extra point. 14-14 was the score. Vikings come out, get the second half kickoff. Cook rushed up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. Bailey makes the PAT. 21-14 Vikes. And then Cousins, a couple drives later, Cousins passes to Dalvin Cook to the left for a 50-yard touchdown. Dan Bailey makes the PAT. 28-14 is the score. Vikings start playing that conservative defense. Rodgers gets a pass to Adams for a 7-yard touch. Then they attempt a 2-point conversion and make it on a Jamal Williams run. All right, the big scores in the game. The big scores. Kirk Cousins, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked once. Remember, this was a windy day in Green Bay. Packers, Rodgers, 3 touchdowns, 291 yards passing. He was out-quarterbacked, ranked by Cousins, however, 110 to 138. 110 to 138. Leading rusher for the Vikes, Dalvin Cook, 30 rushes, 163 yards. Average of 5.4, 3 touchdowns. Longest was 37. Leading rusher for Green Bay was Jamal Williams, 16 for 75 with a 4.7 average. A.J. Dillon contributed 5 for 21. Leading receiver for the Vikes was Dalvin Cook, 2 for 63. 50 was his long, and 1 touchdown. Thielen tried to help there, 3 for 27. And Jefferson, 3 for 26. They're still underutilizing Jefferson. Leading receiver for the Pack, Robert Tonyan, 5 for 79. Adams contributed 7 for 53 with the 3 touchdown scores. Kickers, Bailey, 4 extra points. Crosby, 2 extra points. All right, big defensive players. Harrison Smith had 5 solo tackles to lead the Vikes. There were no interceptions by the Vikings in this game, and only 1 sack by DJ Wanham. For the Packers, Preston Smith led the way with 3 solo tackles. No interceptions for the Packers. 1 sack by Dean Lowry. That was it for that game. That was it for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out the next one. Kansas City, New York Jets. Kansas City and the Jets. Yeah, I just did it, Caps. I just did the Packer game. All right. Jets, Kansas City. Kansas City wins this one 35-9. If you bet it, minus 3,334 on the money line. If you bet that, you won. Point spread was 19.5. If you gave that up, you won. And the under was on this game 48.5. 48.5 was the under. Scoring in this one, Mahomes to Mecole Hardman. 30-yard touchdown pass started off. Butler makes the PAT. Sergio Castillo for the Jets then kicked a 39-yard field goal. Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill for 36-yard touchdown. Then we went to the second quarter. Castillo kicked another 55-yarder. Then a 48-yarder to follow that up. And then Mahomes passed to Travis Kelce for a 3-yard touchdown. Butler made the extra point. Third quarter, Mahomes to Demarcus Robinson for 26-yard touchdown. And then the fourth quarter, Mahomes passed to Tyreek Hill for a 41-yarder. Like I said, 35-9 is the final. Sam Darnold on the game, 133 passing yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes, 416 yards and 5 touchdowns. Leading rusher for the Jets was Gore, 10 for 30. Leading rusher for the Chiefs was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 6 for 21. No touchdowns scored on the ground in this game. Leading receiver for the Jets, Danielle Mims, the rookie, 2 for 42 on 3 targets. And for the Chiefs, Travis Kelce led the way, 8 receptions, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Hill, 4 for 98 for 2 touchdowns. Cole Hardman, 7 for 96 for 1 touchdown. And Demarcus Robinson, 4 for 63 for 1 touchdown. So a lot of touchdowns in the air. 17 berserkers up in here. On the kicking side of things, Sergio Castillo, 3 field goals made out of 4 attempts. No extra points. Butker on the Chiefs, 5 extra points made. No field goals. On the defensive side of the ball, got no interceptions for the Jets and no sacks. The leading tackler was Pierre Desir, 6 solo tackles. For the Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu led the way, 5 solo tackles. No sacks for the Chiefs except for Deshaun Wharton. And no interceptions in that game. All right, next game. Rams, Miami. Miami wins this one 28-17. Those of you that bet it, the Dolphins were plus 145. If you bet that, you won it on the money line. Point spread in that one was 3.5. Plus 3.5. If you took the Dolphins, you won that. And the under was 46. If you took the under, you got the dub. Scoring in this one. Roberts Woods led it off in the first quarter. A rush to the left side, 4 yards. Rams 7, Miami 0. Then Tua gets his first touchdown to Devontae Parker down the middle for a 3-yard touchdown, 7-7. Second quarter, Goff fumbles. It's a scoop and score by the defense. And Miami, 78-yard touchdown, scoop and score by Van Ginkel to make it 14-7 Dolphins. Johnny Hecker punted for 60 yards. Jakeem Grant returned the punt, 88 yards for a touchdown. So Miami just scored all kind of way today. Gaskin rushed up the middle for another touchdown. And then Forbath kicks a 23-yard field goal to end the second quarter. Fourth quarter was the next score. Goff passes to Woods for an 11-yard touchdown. Final score of the game, but Miami prevails 28-17. 28-17. Take a look at the stats. Goff in this one, 355 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Was sacked twice. Leading passer for the Dolphins, Tua, 93 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Leading rusher for the Rams, Darrell Henderson, 8 for 47, 5.9 average. Malcolm Brown also contributed, 10 for 40. And Cam Akers, 9 for 35. But Robert Woods is the one that had the score, 2 for 9 for a touchdown. All right, on the Dolphin side, Gaskin was the leading rusher, 18 for 47 with a touch. Leading receiver for the Rams, Cooper Kupp, 11 for 110, 22 was the long. Woods was the one that scored, receiving 7 for 85 with a touch. Receiving for the Dolphins, Durham Smythe, 2 for 16, 2 targets. So nothing very impressive there. Forbath, 1 field goal made, 2 field goals attempted, and he got 2 extra points. Sanders kicking for the for the Dolphins, 4 extra points. 1 sack for Aaron Donald in the game. No interceptions. No interceptions for the Rams. Interceptions on the other side. Eric Rowe had 1 for the Dolphins, as did Christian Wilkins. Sacks. He had sacks by Shaq Lawson, Emmanuel Ogba, That's it. That's it. Yes, Caps, I went over that game. I went over that game first thing when we started the half. All right, so we're moving on to Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Pittsburgh wins this one 28-24, holding off Baltimore in the last few minutes to win this game. If you were a gambler on this thing and you took the plus 160 money line for the Steelers, you got the win. If you took the plus 3.5, you got the win on the point spread. If you bet the over 43.5, you got the win as well. All right, scoring plays in this one. Spillane intercepted Lamar Jackson, 33-yard touchdown to start off the scoring. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 0. Jackson passed to Miles Boykin for a 6-yard touchdown, making it 7-7. Then Gus Edwards gets a 1-yard touchdown run in the second quarter to make it 14-7 Baltimore. Tucker kicks a field goal, make it 17-7. We head to the half. Coming out of the half, Roethlisberger passed to Ebron down the middle, 18-yard touchdown, making it 14-7 after the Boswell extra point. Then Connor rushes to the left for a 1-yard touchdown, 21-17. Then Jackson passes to Marquise Brown down the middle for a 3-yard touchdown, making it 24-21 Baltimore. And Roethlisberger brings them back with the game winner. Roethlisberger to Chase Claypool, the rookie. 8-yard touchdown, 28-24. Ends your scoring in that one. Roethlisberger, 182, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks. Lamar Jackson, 208, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, so he's under pressure. Leading rusher for the Steelers, 15 for 47, James Conner with a touch. For the Ravens, J.K. Dobbins, 15 for 113, the rookie. 28 was his long. Gus Edwards, though, got the score, 16 for 87 with a touch. Boswell, no field goals, but 4 extra points for the Steelers. Nick De La Rosa says, how about them Vikings? How about them, Nick? SKOL Vikings. Justin Tucker, 1 field goal made, 3 extra points. And on the defensive side of the ball, 1 interception for Robert Spillane for the Steelers. And on the sack count, Stephen Tuitt, 2 sacks. Bud Dupree, 1 sack. TJ Watt, 1 sack for the Steelers. For the Ravens, no interceptions for the Raven defenders. And it looks like they split a sack. Elliott and Board split 1 sack, and Ferguson got 1 by himself. So that does it for the Pittsburgh Steelers game. 18 Berserkers up in here. You check to see if we're still in halftime here. Yep, we're still in halftime. Let me do another one. We'll check Chargers, Denver. Oh, no, we're back at the game. Here we go.
At the goal line, you got Jason Huntley. And he gets popped at the 20-yard line. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, Doug Peterson told me he is not thrilled with his team's execution, but in spite of some turnovers on downs, he noted they're still only down by 2 points. Now, as for Carson Wentz, he said he pressed a little. He wants him to settle in, trust the guys around him, and just
I'm pretty happy with him, Vikes, Nick.
McCarthy, all those creative
pretty happy day in Vikesville.
They're not done.
Still wearing my jersey.
Got a few left. He also said they're seeing more coverage from Jim Schwartz than they expected. So he said, we got to find completions for DiNucci on 1st and 2nd down.
For sure. Entertaining, if nothing else.
Very.
Boston Scott is the back.
All right, Wentz, 1st and 10. Hands off to Scott.
So that Philadelphia
Short
had
game.
moved, and maybe they did, because the flag comes in, and it will
Flag
be a
on the
false
play.
start
False start on the
against
offense.
Philadelphia. Jerome Boger makes the call.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Down is Goddard, the tight end, who's been out for the last few weeks. back in the lineup tonight.
Ogre's pant legs were ripping as he made that announcement. The wind is having a little something to do with this passing game too.
Definitely picking up. Wind advisory in the Philadelphia area. I think it could gust up to 40 miles an hour.
Which player what? Go Cap.
Full gun and taken down from behind. That's a great tackle there after a short game, as Lawrence is able to get him. 2nd and 11.
Every game, every play, watch DeMarcus Lawrence here just hustle back here and save his team. This play was really set up, and his hustle and his speed able to make it. He's
DeMarcus Lawrence is a beast.
Throughout the first half, throughout the course of the season. Question all the Cowboys you want. Do not question DeMarcus Lawrence.
7th year as a Cowboy.
Shotgun, 2nd and 11.
Boise State in 2014.
3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Running back 2, Wentz is right. Ball snapped. He's throwing it right, deep. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
3 flags come in. So you got Fulgham with Anthony Brown.
It's like a pass interference on Brown.
To get into this act.
Oh, I'm wearing a Randy Moss jersey.
Pass interference. Defense, number 30. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
So Jason Kelsey now, he's about the last guy they could lose along that offensive front.
Let me start by saying this is exactly what the rule is here, okay? That if the defensive back does not turn his head and look back for the ball, if the receiver jumps back through the defensive back, that is pass interference. I don't know why teams don't throw 10 or 15 of them per game with the understanding I'm going to underthrow it and you jump back through and we'll gain 30 yards.
All right, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at about the 40. Handoff.
And roll up to Scott here.
Got gains about 3.
To the 45.
All right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Scott.
I will pause it for that little mess there. All right, have a good night, Caps. All right, back at it.
A little bit early in the season before he hurt his thumb, but whether he was returning kicks in college or catching quick screens on the outside and turning them into long touchdowns, Jalen Reagor has shown exactly what they were hoping for. He is going to be that next Deshaun Jackson at that flanker position.
Lewis couldn't get him. Diggs finally makes the tackle. Ball in Dallas territory.
1st and 10. Handoff.
A lot of room here, but that closes.
Ooh,
quickly.
fumble.
The ball comes
Out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds at the feet of Doug Peterson, so it'll be 2nd down and long.
I tell you, we're getting Leighton Vander Esch now is starting to get his sea legs one more time. He didn't quite get there, but he really made the play. Just watch how fast Vander Esch, once he figures out what's going on, gets there. He's going to close off that one and then had the speed to come out and make sure that thing did not cut up. Remember, he was out for a good period of time, weeks 2 to 5 with that collarbone, and now that he's back in there, he and Jalen Smith, some combination.
That was a loss of 3. Ball back in Eagles territory.
2nd and 13. Wentz in the shotgun, throwing deep, left side. Picked off. 27. Diggs, 2nd interception of the game. 20, 25, 30.
Trying to pick up some blocks and finally goes down at the 31-yard line. So they worked on him a lot. And
Wentz just throwing up a prayer.
And now he's got 2 interceptions.
Wentz just throws up a prayer there. Diggs gets underneath it, makes the catch. Cowboys are having a campfire in the end zone. To a commercial we go. Mina Milton checks in, says, yo, 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 what's up, Milton? What's up, Mr. Milton? I need a day off. Yeah. I don't know, man. OnlyFans Gino checks in, says hello Valhalla, missing the MLB. Me too, as far as viewership. All right, still in the commercial break in this one, folks. All right, looks like we're getting back to it.
And 10 and 9, and going all the way back, Jay Cutler.
Can't have that music playing.
In 2006, Week 8. And what a story behind that one is you got Elliott here.
Elliott to the left.
So I'm doing the game with John Madden.
Just short of the first.
We meet Romo Parcells, and we say, hey, listen, he said, you have a girlfriend? He said, she dumped me last Monday. I said, does she know you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys? And he says, she's going to be a doctor. She doesn't care. So, of course, the other night we had to ask Danucci, has a girlfriend. And we tell him the story, and is she still with you? Yeah.
She didn't dump him.
No, she didn't, not yet.
Second and one.
Down and one.
The idea that there's a Tony Romo
All snapped.
everything is not
Zeke
surprise.
gets the first for a Dallas Cowboy first down, ladies and gentlemen.
Zeke Elliott picks up the first. And Romo had a good game, and that was the beginning of a real good career for Tony.
Here's a little bit of what was missing without Zach Martin. The ability to make some of these reach blocks. You saw with some of the backup linemen in there for the Cowboys, they just couldn't get across the face with that kind of athleticism. He's the best player on this offense. It's not even close.
Averaging 4 yards a carry, and this one is good for 8.
Elliott again for an 8-yard gain.
Make it second down and 2.
Al, if you ever coach Pee Wee football, the one thing you know is that usually you have 1 or 2 really great players. So they've got a great running back and a great guard. So they're back to Pee Wee football right now. They are just taking their best blocker and running their best running back right behind him. And that's exactly what they're doing. I was surprised they didn't do a little more of it in the first half, but it really looks like they've settled in.
Pollard now in the backfield, give it to him. And he picks up the first down before he gets thrust down inside the 40-yard line.
You want to guess what the play was and where they ran the ball, right?
Figure that
double
out.
team block. Here we come. Right over here, double team. You'll see Zach Martin then try to get up to the next level to the linebacker. And then you just let the running back find the hole. So best player. Let's just keep it rolling. Same thing.
Yep, Pollard again. Keep calling the same number. Why not? Duke Riley makes the stop.
And Fletcher Cox just said, let me remind you that I'm probably the best player on this side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe Brandon Graham might argue that one a little bit, but that is some battle. That is a battle of super heavyweights right there going at it. And everybody in the building knows what they're doing. Everybody knows.
Scott Shaw checks in, says Anonymous must still be crying after my Hawks crushed his 40 whiners. I haven't seen Anonymous. I haven't seen him.
Second and 8. Make it 6.
Ooh,
First down.
tough run by Pollard for a first. Dallas Cowboy first down.
So 6 straight runs on this drive after the Diggs interception.
Yeah, they started to the left, but watch the cutback. All along, they're still going to get back to that block right there. Martin's going to secure Fletcher Cox, come off on the linebacker T.J. Edwards. Just an inside zone, just beautiful old school football right here.
Run number 7. Martin earned 3 yards for Elliott.
That was a bad play by Ezekiel Elliott. That's not where the play is designed to go. That's an inside zone play. And if he just follows right back into the path, he was going to be fine. Here's the hole. Go out here. They don't have all pros out there. Just go right where you were going.
What do you think he's thinking on that?
2nd and 8 here. Shotgun.
Saw a little gap, you know, but know where your superstars.
Cooper in motion.
Here we go again.
Razzle dazzle. Didn't work. Loss of about 9, 10 maybe.
Down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Army crawl.
Fletcher Cox, he knew what was coming, and he turns it into a loss of 10 yards.
Fletcher Cox not fooled at all. Great players have great vision. He knew when he wasn't blocked, something was up, right? He saw it right away.
Luke Desamonte says, "Sup, Valhalla, decided to check in." What's up, Luke? How you doing, man?
On the border of field goal position, although who knows with Zerline tonight. Maybe a little quarterback draw, something here just to lock up a little better field position.
3rd and 18. Instead of quick toss out here to Lamb. And he takes it to the 33. So Zerline will come in for another long attempt.
All right, Zerline coming in for another long kick.
And one from 59 tonight.
Sometimes it's the hardest thing in the world, isn't it, Al? If something just keeps working and keeps working, as a play caller, you still want to go for that one bit of magic.
Yep.
I'm not so sure they couldn't have just marched it all the way down the field. I mean, they really had it going right there.
52-yard attempt, so that was 9 plays on that drive.
Zerline lines up a 52-yarder from the left hash mark. Kick is up, and it's wide right.
Not this time.
Wide right, ladies and gentlemen, headed to a commercial break. It's good to hear, Luke. Good to hear that you're good. Your team win today? 15 Berserkers up in here, up in here. Oops. Pushing buttons. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Jets having one rough season, aren't they, dude? $18 Berserkers up in here, up in here. Dallas 9, Philadelphia 7. 6:13 remaining here in the third quarter. You still watch him every week, Luke? Are you one of them part-time fans? Luke says, I'm going to be there for the day. Right on, man. I respect that. I respect people that aren't fair weather fans. Stick by their team. All right, back at it.
To the outside he goes for a nice gain. Helmet comes off to the 50-yard line. Diggs' helmet. He's been all over the place tonight. Back to that pick.
Let's go back to this play because Carson Wentz is going to throw this one like Russell Wilson, a mile in the air. That quarters coverage. But I think the football, because of the huge wind, sort of blew away at that point from Hightower, and that was a sensational catch by Diggs. His brother Stephon Diggs would have been really proud of that one.
Great adjusting. Second down and 3 to the outside. Clement should have enough for the first down. Jalen Smith makes the tackle.
You know, they flip-flopped those two inside linebackers for the Cowboys this year. Jalen Smith play a little bit outside, so he's in more.
Justin Griffiths checks in, says, I'm a part-time fan, but your broadcasts are causing me to follow a bit more. Right on, man. Right on, Justin. Thanks for the compliment. Cool. I lost my graphic up there.
Eagles with 4 turnovers tonight.
Holding. Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, that was just the old bootleg kind of play. Lawrence saw Greg Ward coming across, knew he wasn't going to have much help out there, so he just grabbed on.
Kirk Cousins was a winner today at Green Bay in an upset. Wentz now with 12 picks. Meanwhile, you've got Hurts in the game right now.
18 berserkers up in here, up in here. Wentz in the shotgun, first and 10 from about the 42-yard line.
And Hurts is going to throw.
Thrown to the side.
Along the sideline to Fulgham. And again, they go Diggs' way. Spotted about a yard short of the first down.
Fulgham's made so many plays this year that Trayvon Diggs going to give him a lot of space out there. There's always questions, were they ever going to let Jalen Hurts just throw the ball instead of run it? And actually, he was one of the more accurate quarterbacks in college football his last year.
Now they keep Hurts in the game, but as a wide out, wide to the right. Wentz going the other way, Chase, and it's the backhanded out of bounds. Randy Gregory putting the pressure on to make it 3rd down and 1.
You know, it's interesting, Al. Randy Gregory, of course, he's been in and out of the league, suspended, all that. We've documented that before. But tonight,
Scott, you're not trolling that young fella, are you?
First game that Aldon Smith looks like. I think there's something wrong with Aldon Smith. I don't know what it is. That's not the Aldon Smith we saw earlier. But watch Gregory. This guy is a super talented guy. He just has a few demons.
Played sparingly last week. He's been in and out tonight. Haven't mentioned Aldon Smith's name since early in the game. 3rd down and 1. The juggle of the snap here, but he gets it away, and that's enough for a first down.
You ready, Scott, for that USC stream this week that I'm going to do?
The change with 4:20 left in the 3rd.
Called it right, though, because Carson Wentz barely caught that football. There's Aldon Smith right there. His thing's coming out of his hands, and, you know, these quarterbacks, their hands are so big, whether they get the laces or not sometimes doesn't matter. It's just remarkable, some of the catch and throws they make.
All right, so Philadelphia actually threatening to score here in a thriller.
7 yards, the 2 picks, the 2 fumbles.
At the 30, Wentz gets a snap, throwing it over the middle, hits.
Open, making the catch on the first down.
It's Ertz.
Dallas Goedert.
No, Goddard, my bad.
So the tight end back off the injured list.
So they're in the red zone.
Down to the 16.
Full Van Der Esch just enough with that reverse fake to get Goddard in behind. And obviously, the ability to get Goddard back in this game is tremendous. They were missing both he and Zach Ertz, and those two guys have been their primary weapons.
All right, so 1st and 10 from about the 16. Handoff, 35, trying to get the corner. Taken down, loss of about 1.
Made there by Jordan Lewis. 2nd down.
There's the Aldon Smith we've seen playing early in the year. Sort of bouncing through a double team there to make a play. Watch him bang off here and come out here and still be able to make this.
Great start to his career. I think you brought it up this week when we were talking about maybe you don't play for 5 years. Maybe you hit the wall at this point in the season.
Maybe. I don't know. And I mean, I'm sure here's a guy that when he came into the was out, suspended, some other issues, and 5 years. And
yeah, I agree, Scott. It's pretty horrid.
Second down and 12 now. Wentz escaping. And takes the ball to about the 10-yard line. So Carson on the move, and Smith put the pressure on that time. Almost got to him.
He did. He ran that inside loop that's really been working pretty well tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. No matter who it is, watch him come back inside. And Wentz saw it just in time to sneak out to the left here. But I think what's happening is that basically Randy Gregory and Aldon Smith in this game have sort of been splitting the snaps, and I think it's been good for both of them.
Gregory in there now, 3rd down and 3. 2 minutes left in the 3rd.
I tell you, Greg Ward's the guy that's such a big factor right here.
Left side, touchdown, Eagles. Fulgham.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Has become an instant star and an instant hero here in Philadelphia. That's 6 catches for him tonight.
The same sort of patient release. Watch him. He's going to get right up on Diggs and then just have the ability to sneak right by him. I mean, it really is a really nice reverse kind of psychology thing. You just keep getting closer to the guy, and your natural instincts are to back up on your heels a little bit. It's twice tonight that Fulgham's gotten Diggs on that exact move.
13-9, they'll go for 2 to try to make it a 6-point lead. How about Fulgham? Played his college ball at Old Dominion.
Going for 2 here.
Last year at the end. Didn't catch a pass, had 3 targets. They let him go. He was in the Green Bay camp for about 4 days. Caught that huge touchdown pass on Sunday night in San Francisco to get this team rolling.
Wentz on his back foot, completes it.
Hold in for the 2-pointer by Rager.
Rager, the rookie.
So Philadelphia with both touchdowns in the game.
Alrighty, so we head to a commercial break. Philadelphia's just taking the lead in this one, 15-9. In a thriller in Philly. Yep, Eagles are beating them, Luke. Well, they were favored in this one. They were favored by a touchdown, or 7.5, Luke. Over under 35.5, so if you bet the under on the over under, you might be feeling pretty good right now. Dustin says I wasn't going to say anything else until we scored. Go Birds. Yeah, they're definitely missing Dak, that's for sure. Yeah, they are definitely missing Mr. Prescott. 17 Berserkers up in here. I love it, Bobby. That's my favorite. I'm going to put it on all my streams now. Sean Fatimi checks in, says, hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Sean. All right, so we are back at it.
2-1, and then a touchdown at Pittsburgh, another one against Baltimore.
Philly kicking off. Can they hold him?
Here tonight amongst his 6 catches.
Out of the back of the end zone.
For more on that man, let's go to Michelle.
Yeah, well, Travis Fulgham's upbringing as the son of foreign service workers meant he lived in Jordan, Egypt, South Africa, and India. He told me moving along.
Bit of music there. Just doing a quick preview on Fulgham here.
Enough.
He's making a lot of dreams come true for this team right now. As that pass is
Caught.
caught for a first down and a 15-yard
Gallup.
to Michael Gallup.
Yeah, he's went from living all over the world to living in the end zone here lately. This guy has had, since week 4, he's caught the 3rd most number of passes and yards in the National Football League.
Keymore is a change man, says Seahawks or Packers. What are you asking me?
To my recollection, regular pass that Danucci has completed, right? Where it's just drop back, hit a pass. Let's see how his confidence does from there.
Certainly in a while from the 39-yard line. Back to the ground. Nothing doing. Elliott tackled there by Josh Sweat. Meanwhile, Amari Cooper has had 0 targets tonight.
Cooper's been the invisible man tonight.
So they've got Lamb, who's caught 2. Gallup's caught
Lamb hasn't
6.
been much better.
And the only other receiver has been Pollard for 1.
John Fatimi says Vikings. Thrown to the left. Incomplete.
Once again intended.
Flag on the play.
That's Maddox, and a flag comes in.
Penalty flag on the play on Maddox, the cornerback of the
He's going
Eagles.
to get a first down out of this one.
Pass interference. Defense.
King Leopold says Cooper needs a Snickers.
Foul, automatic first down.
Pretty clear.
Yeah, no question about it. Vontae Maddox just coming back. He was out with an ankle weeks 4 through 6, played a little bit last week, but they're thrilled to get him back so they can move Nikel Roby-Coleman back into the slot. And Jim Schwartz has really not blitzed the way a lot of people thought he would against Ben DiNucci tonight. He wants him to play.
All right,
coverage
shotgun for
so
the
that he
Cowboys.
has to
2
read
wide receivers
defenses,
right.
and they
Zeke
have
to the
not
left of the
made
quarterback.
interceptions
Handoff.
when they had chances.
He'll keep it.
Kept it by the quarterback. Finds the corner. Gets a first down.
First down comes close.
Dallas,
And a
first
flag is
down. And a flag on the play.
I was wondering when we were going to see one of those read options. We all talked about what a good runner he is, but
Doing the run, holding, offense, number 86. 10 yards penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Tight end Schultz.
I'm pushing the wrong button sometimes, I think.
take a look. Didn't see it.
8's a
Doesn't mean
first
it didn't
down.
happen. Didn't see it.
I thought it was
They'll make it
6.
first down and 20. McCarthy.
17. Berserker's up in here, up in
Apparently he
here.
didn't see it either.
Threw the card down. Lift the cap.
You know, when it's been rough going, you don't want a big play going away.
Makes it first and 11.
Going deep.
Pass is
Left
a
side.
wide pass, and
Gallup
goes up
drops
and
it.
Cannot hold it in along the sideline. And Rodney McLeod that time with the blitz from the secondary.
I knew Jim Schwartz couldn't wait much longer. Here we go. Now we're going to find out what you have. But look at what this does, Al. Ben DiNucci now knows exactly what he has. It's one-on-one. It's like throwing routes in practice, right? It's a piece of cake to know what's out there, throw it up there, hope you make a play, just miss. So do you want the easier reads and try and go get them, or do you want him trying to read coverages where you've almost gotten interceptions.
Second and 11. Here they come again from the corner. The catch is made, and a nice gain by Schultz, who comes up about a yard shy. Josh Sweat makes the tackle, and that takes us to the waning seconds of the third quarter.
Tell you what, though, this is getting better for DiNucci. You can tell he's getting a little more comfortable.
Going to be 3rd down and 1. Will they snap it before the quarter? They don't.
All right, that's going to do it for the third quarter.
It's a 6-point game.
It's going to do it for the third quarter. Dallas 9, Philadelphia 15. Hold the 4s up. Alrighty, so we're headed to the fourth quarter there, folks. In a barn burner. Scott Shaw says Hawks. Sean Fatimi says Raptors. Guys and gals, I don't know if there's enough interest in these fantasy football red zone deals. What do you think? Out here just getting waylaid by the simps. Scott says he's mad that Anonymous is MIA. He's probably asleep, dude. He's probably taking a little nappy. You think it depends on the game? See, I didn't want to just do it where, I don't know. I thought maybe if there was a fantasy football component to it, we could maybe get some interest drummed up, but I don't want to just do random games. Exactly, Scott. Yeah, the 49ers kind of been exposed the last few weeks, haven't they? Them losing Bosa was a big deal, I think. 15 Berserkers up in here. Let's see if they're back at this game yet. Here we go.
Both ways. Very generous spot here. And they're going to bring the chains in.
Bobby says I can make the non-Viking game mods
on the
only.
far side, those are not the official sticks. They're on the near side here. You see where he winds up. They put the ball right about at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know, Scott.
About where it was, watching the replay.
Close. Here we go.
I might keep trying the Sunday Nighters. I don't know, but
You have to go for it no matter what this is.
Missing by a couple of links.
Scott says I think USC could beat anybody in this division.
What they call the link.
That's the argument every year, that there's some college team that can beat a pro team. I've heard that would not happen at all, but I'd like to see him try it once, though.
I can imagine,
17
but I think they will
Berserkers
go
up
for
in
it.
here, up in here.
So it's 4th and inches. What's your play call here? What do you send in?
I mean, you paid your running back, Ezekiel Elliott, $90 million. And you've got Zach Martin over there. The problem is the Eagles now are starting to lean that way, and some of the blocks inside of Zach Martin have been getting beat because they're leaning that way. if you have some
Easy,
guts,
Scott.
that read option
He's
play,
tender.
that
He's tender in his heart right now.
Just run right in the end zone.
Sean says, I like NFL to spread out their schedule a little bit more.
Danucci's going to take it himself. And good luck trying to figure out where forward progress is there.
Uh-oh.
Of course,
Philadelphia's saying they got the ball.
We've got it. They will unpile. There's the rookie steal.
There's a lot of beef in the bottom of that pile.
Other lineman Williams up as well.
It didn't feel like he got it. I don't know where they marked it.
Let's see where they mark it.
That line did not move very far, and Danucci didn't move very far either.
All right. All he had to move was a couple of inches. Boy, this is as close as it gets right now.
Tell me.
No, I won't tell you because I don't know.
It never.
I don't think he made it.
Like that ball went forward.
What do you guys think?
Well, here he is. So where is forward progress going to be?
Flip Bobby Jr. Checks in, says, "Sup, what's up?"
And they are. By that much, they've got it. Let's check in with Michelle.
Well, a couple of Eagles injuries on defense. Darius Slay, starting corner, is questionable with an ankle injury. They've been looking at his
I think
ankle,
I'm thinking kind of with you, Bobby. I would actually, rather than a doubleheader on Monday, I would rather they just get rid of Thursday night, but they're never going to do
They've
that.
piled up all season long.
It still pulls ratings.
Paquette is in there.
King Leopold says, "Woo, let's go Cowboys."
They do get it off. And Danucci's going to throw.
Danucci throws it deep.
Incomplete.
Gallup has like his 5th drop pass of the game.
You know, I guess Peterson could have challenged it, but you're not going to win that challenge. I mean, it's impossible.
How about that play call right there, though, too? And I agree. I don't think you can challenge that one. But Michael Jacquette's in the game, and they go with a 30-yard back shoulder and almost hit it. I mean, they probably have practiced that once since they met.
So Elliott
You liked him on the doubleheaders.
Right now they bring him in.
Handoff. Zeke lost.
Scrimmage. T.J. Edwards makes the play there.
T.J. Edwards, they were so excited to get him back for this game for Ezekiel Elliott because he is their run stuffer. He's the guy that can kind of figure out what's going on in front, and he's made a couple of nice plays, bouncing off blocks tonight and making tackles just like that. He's had a big impact so far.
Cowboys unable to sustain drives 1 out of 9 on 3rd down. Now it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Pass caught.
Not going to get it.
And it's an 8-yard gain.
Have to make a decision here. They're down.
The 4th down.
2 yards.
35-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2.
McCarthy says go for it.
Absolutely perfectly. They bring the blitz. You've got a hot read. The tight end saw it. He gets his head around. But that's why you blitz in that situation, because you know you're going to make the tackle. Here we go. Watch the tight end here. Goddard is going to snap his head around. But you do that because you know you make the tackle.
Fig Bobby Jr. said I lost my fantasy game because of Dalvin Cook. You won't be the only one. A lot of people are going to lose because of him. Danucci trying to convert. Ball tipped. Dallas doesn't convert.
And incomplete. Hargrave got a piece of it.
So Philadelphia going to take over. 15-9 they lead in this one. 12:44 remaining in the 4th. You were undefeated? Well, here's one for you, Flip Bobby Jr. I have Dalvin Cook in a league that I was in first place in the division, and I didn't start him. I left him on the bench because I forgot to put him in today. And that's my boy. That's my boy. I set my lineup on Thursday before the Thursday night game. $16 berserkers up in here. Yep, I left 39 points on the bench. Like a big dummy. Moises Carranza says, just in time for Jack and Cokes. How are you? I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing, Moises? How you doing? You forgot to start DK Metcalf? I started him. Yeah, he got me 27 in that same league. I'm getting beat 102 to 86. "17 Berserkers up in here as Thor's army continues to grow." You had a lot of people on a bye week. All right, here we go, getting back at it.
35-yard line. Dallas couldn't convert on fourth down. And they begin the drive here, keeping it on the ground with Boston Scott. Gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Scott, no gain.
Here we go. Let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. So what's been good tonight for the Philadelphia Eagles and Carson Wentz? Well, throws under 20 yards. They've been very good. Look at the numbers. There you have it. What's been not so good? Throws over 20 yards. Too much wind, I guess, up there. All the big negative plays tonight for Carson Wentz have been down the field.
Uh-oh.
Keep it on the ground. Scott probing. Lawrence stops him. Makes it 3rd down and 7.
Say it, DeMarcus Lawrence has been all over
3rd
the
and
field
7.
tonight. And whatever it comes to here, this defense has to make one more stop. They have to give DiNucci one more chance without them putting up a field goal here to stretch this lead beyond reach.
3rd and 6. Wentz backing up into the shotgun. Looks like he's got Scott to his left, 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Ball snapped, thrown to the right, incomplete.
Try to hit Greg Ward, and he is covered well on the play. It'll make it 4th down.
Philly going to punt now
with the coverage, so a very quick
in a thriller.
3-and-out.
Nice play by Jordan Lewis. Really a tremendous throw here. Greg Ward just could not come down with it. He's been making so many plays for this team on 3rd down, but that was a big one. Now we get a chance to see if DiNucci can do it.
CeeDee Lamb is back to accept this punt. Cameron Johnston to put it in the air.
Lamb can be exciting.
Lamb drifts over and picks it up just inside the sideline and takes it to the 25-yard.
All right, headed to a commercial. right, about to get back out of this commercial break. Vikings play the Lions. King Leopold. Lions next week at home. Vikings host the Lions. We're about to spank that booty. He checks in. Back at it.
Spectacular play, and they then put in the rule that you lose your helmet. That's the end of the play. So that was the last of its ilk. As Elliott starts this drive with a
Adam Floyd said, "You know the Vikings suck, right? Well, we got the dub today."
The play that Zeke did not cut back the last.
We got the old dub today, buddy.
Somebody on the sideline reminded him of what
W.
the goal of that play was, because as long as you're finding a way, either front side or bending it back from the backside to go behind Zach Martin, you have a chance.
Zeke averaging only.
I don't remember if I predicted this or not. I think I predicted the Eagles win.
Here comes the blitz in the corner. Catch is made, and then it is Cooper finally. It's his first catch. It's the first time they've gone his way tonight.
Cooper coming off the milk cartons because he was gone the whole game.
35, and they're going to spot it just short.
Slot blitz coming, then the linebacker has to sprint out there and try and cover it. Danucci did the right thing there, throw right into that blitz, and he threw it to the wide side. Got away with it. He has been really close on a few of these tonight. Such a good jam.
Yeah, I did see that, Scott. That was funny.
Well, they took a look at it, and they give him a first down now. Originally, well, no, it's a third. The marker had a first down. Now it's 3rd down and 1. They're going to toss it to Elliott. He's going to try to get around the corner, and that's going to be
It's like Elliott got the first down there.
And it's a first down. So that time he does get it. Line judge is right there to show signal. And here's the end of the play.
It was close. Good play by Elliott, though, getting that shoulder down and that lean, and he does pick it up. If that other foot had gone out of bounds there, maybe not, but it did not. We have not seen the Cowboys in the red zone tonight since their second possession, when they lost possession on a fumble.
It's only their second 3rd down conversion of the game. Pollard is back in there.
Pollard gets the handoff straight up the middle, finds some room. First down to midfield
Exploited for a gain out to the
for a Dallas Cowboy. First down.
14 yards.
Again, going to the backside, going to the same side. This time they're going to help from here, and then watch Tyler Biotish get up to that next level. Secure Fletcher Cox right there. Get up to the next level there against Duke Riley. And very patient running by Pollard.
He stays in there. Ball at the 50.
Pollard again, left side, gain of about 7.
It's about 6. Singleton makes the stop. Cowboy receiving. Gallup scored 6, Lamb 3, Pollard and Schultz and Cooper, 1 each. Cooper, meanwhile, with Jaquette now down on the grass, an injury timeout. But coming into the game, Cooper was second only to DeAndre Hopkins in number of receptions.
Man, I am so sick of seeing empty stadiums. Commercial. Ghostface says there's no way the Cowboys will score a touchdown. He's got some receivers. Just throw it up. Throw it up and hope for the best. Can he throw it up, though? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Can he throw it up? I don't gamble much nowadays, Sean. I do the fantasy football thing, but that's about it. That's more just like a hobby. Scott said he bet the under on this one. Looks like you're pretty safe here, Scott, aren't you? All right, back at it.
Antonio Brown. Meanwhile, here is DiNucci's going to keep it himself on a 2nd down and 4 and move the ball to the 37-yard line.
The last couple of games, we
anyone know where this DiNucci played college?
Like crazy against this Philadelphia Eagles defense. They like to crash their defensive ends on this play. So if your quarterback is willing to pull that ball out and run, there is opportunity. We've seen it the last 2 games.
From the 38-yard line, DiNucci has a little bit of time, throws, goes to the tight end. That's Dalton Schultz taking it to the 31. They lost Blake Jarwin, their #1 tight end, opening night in Los Angeles. And McCarthy talking the other day about his best players, and this guy was one of them.
Yeah, and right now defensively, they have players scattered everywhere. They have Jalen Mills, who started the game at safety, who took over for Malcolm Jenkins when he went back to the Saints, now back playing cornerback because of all the injuries now.
James Madison, Liberty.
Had outside.
7.5 left in the 4th on a 2nd down and 3. Quick throw to the outside. Gallup is going to pick up the 1st down.
1st down, Cowboys.
Taken out of bounds by Maddox.
The closer you get to Jim Schwartz's goal line with the Philadelphia Eagles, the more you're going to see pressure. That time he had 9 guys up around the line of scrimmage. So if you're going to do that, you're almost going to have to walk up and play some bump and run coverage on these wideouts, or they're just going to raise up and make that quick throw all night.
Nice, Sean. 50 to return 260. Hope he wins.
Thrown on 3.
Oh, keeper. DiNucci running to the left. He's going to get killed if he don't get out of bounds. He got out of bounds.
Run out of bounds by Will Parks. 2nd down and 15, make it 14 to go.
Well, when you're not too worried about what's going on throwing the ball, you start to bring those extra defensive backs down around the line of scrimmage. And this time you could see the safety coming out of center field, Will Parks, to make that one.
A little over 6 minutes left in regulation on a 2nd and 14. Pressure again. DiNucci steps up.
Completes it to the 20.
To the 21-yard line.
Schultz.
Every 3rd down now becomes critical. Be 3rd down and 6.
I'll tell you what, though, you can see the eyes of DiNucci starting to calm down now. He's seeing the field. Al, I can only tell you, as a quarterback a million years ago, that when you're overly hyped, you've got to slow your brain down. You just have to start seeing things. And I think he's starting to see some things that he wasn't seeing in the first half.
It's a lot more confident. Showing blitz. Here they come again.
Ooh, they get him.
Down he goes.
And he fumbled.
Out again.
Now the ball just got kicked. Comedy errors. Eagles scoop and score, I think.
A live ball. McLeod is going to take it all the way to the end zone. So T.J. Edwards came in, sacked him.
They slobber knocked the shit out of this Cowboy quarterback, and then I think it was a scoop and score.
There's McLeod. He gets up.
Safety blitz, you're going to bring it right out of the middle, and nobody ends up blocking T.J. Edwards. So you got one more.
Bam! Right at the leg. Nice tackle.
DiNucci has to know that.
And they're fighting over the ball, and it squirts out to midfield. Is scooped and scored for the touchdown. I think that's going to stand.
It was covered cover zero blitzes, all-out blitzes, whatever you want to call them.
Well, did Curry have possession?
I think so.
Yeah, and then Williams was there. That's the question.
I don't think they're going to get this run back.
Of course, it's a scoring play. It's automatically reviewed. Wow, almost offside to begin with. That was Duke Riley. The ball is out when it is initially recovered.
And there was contact.
Yep. So if that is the case, it would come back to that spot.
Does he have possession? That's the question.
Yeah.
Right
Dude
now.
lands on the
You
ball.
can pin a ball against your leg and have possession. He ripped it out way late. No question about it. Connor Williams ripped it out well after the play was over.
Terry McAuley, your thoughts?
Sure, if he gets control on the ground, firm control of the ball, such that the defender has to rip it out, which it appears that it does there, then it should be down by contact at that spot.
It's being reviewed, and it's our understanding they're going to call it as they did. It's a touchdown.
Unless your only argument is you can't see it.
All right, Eagles going for 2 here.
Well, they're going to go for 2 now. And this is Jalen.
They don't get it.
Hurts, who gets stopped.
Jalen Hurts get slobber knocked at the goal line.
So they set up for the 6, but the score is 21.
So 30.
After the turnover.
30 is the total right now. Go to a commercial. I think 35 is what you guys said you needed. 13 Berserkers up in here, Ghostface says I'm looking forward to Skip Bayless crying in the morning. 5:18 up in here. 5:18 remaining in the ball game in a thriller from Philly. Dustin Henderson says LOL, fly, Eagles fly. Yeah, it is pretty bad, Scott. I think there's quite a few really bad teams in the NFL this year. Well, usually you have like that bottom third that's bad. I think it's more like the bottom half that are pretty bad. And how much of that had to do with no training camps, no OTAs, things like that? I mean, that could have a big part of it. Plus the injuries have been crazy. I'm sure there's crazy rules as far as what you can do in practice right now with the whole COVID thing as well. All right, back at it.
In this play, we thought that Curry had possession. Williams got it out. In our mind, the play should have been called dead at that point, but it was not.
I mean, it just looks right there like Curry's got possession. Now this thing's going to get ripped out. Now you got to do it at real time and say, can you tell in real time?
Sean says he believes it's more about money.
Think how many replays have been overturned? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Sean?
I thought Curry had it. So
me too. I mean, in real time, yeah. I mean, you let the play go, but then you see on the replay.
What do you mean with that, Sean? I don't understand.
Anyway, it's over and done with. It's history. And the Cowboys might be as well. 21-9 with 5:18 remaining in regulation.
Well, they do make money, that's for sure. We were talking about the quality of the play, though.
Back to receive.
Why it's so bad this year.
Start fields the ball at the 10-yard brings it back to the 23, and we go to Michelle.
No, Al, tonight as part of the NFL Salute to Service initiative, the Eagles are wearing helmet decals with the initials of 2 Gold Star individuals. The offense is honoring Captain Jason Benjamin Jones. The defense, Sergeant First Class Robin Leslie Towns, who both served in the U.S. Army. Families of the 2
That would be a good T-shirt right there, Scott.
The Eagles practiced virtually and met with Doug.
That would be a good T-shirt right there, dude. All right, here we go.
As this drive begins with a short pickup, Pollard. Gain of 4.
King Leopold declares malarkey on that fumble.
Eagles,
yeah, Gerardo, my team did win today, buddy.
Hoping for. Nothing pretty about it, but they were threatened tonight by a Dallas Cowboys team with a 3rd-string quarterback who had them at least nervous.
Jeff Lurie was on the team since the mid-90s. Looking
This quarterback's going to get killed out there again. I think he probably broke his rib there. Fletcher Cox with the sack.
Than anybody I know, but that's his favorite. He loves the Army crawl, and we've seen a couple of Army crawls here tonight.
I'm starting to wonder if Dallas won't get out and try to get them a quarterback before this trade deadline.
Come off and help on the stunt by Graham. Gets inside,
because they still got a chance to make the playoffs.
But for Ben DiNucci, if you want to say what happened tonight to him, he just held the ball too long, too many times.
4th sack. DiNucci now on a 3rd and 17.
DiNucci going deep.
Deep downfield.
Ooh, almost picked off, dropped. That's why he plays cornerback.
Touchdown. So it's 4th and 17.
Yeah, you want to take your shot to win the game here. They're going to punt this thing. Looks like
if I had my choice to get rid of Cousins or Zimmer, the head coach, I would get rid of Zimmer.
Defense hoped to get it back and hope for a miracle. They already had one this year. They had a miracle against Atlanta. Came from behind, beat the Giants, but that was a Pyrrhic victory on a day that.
All right, Dallas going to punt here.
Season. Meanwhile, Philly goes into its bye week, likely in first place, the way things are shaking out tonight. And the Cowboys go home to face the only unbeaten team in the league, Steelers.
Delay of game. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Look at that wind whipping.
Why do you guys
now.
keep saying Zimmerman?
Temperature down into the low 40s.
Do we have some backup quarterback named Zimmerman?
We got Ward back there standing.
Because if we do, I'd get rid of him then.
Jones punting with the wind at his back.
Whatever the play might be, it just got called in very late by John Fossil.
All right, they're punting from the end zone.
Oh, well, they got
There you go.
And they throw it over his head.
And take their chances with a free kick from the 20.
So they can free kick it instead.
So instead of punting it, it's a 14
20, 30.
Or they'll kick it away from the 20-yard line.
29, 32, 32. Wasn't that the number that guy needed, 35? Wow, you're going to be angry after you see that shit. Holy crap. Scott Shaw says both and the GM. I don't know, man. I'm different than most Viking fans. I kind of like Spielman. Ten berserkers up in here as this thing mercifully draws to a close. So I'm really thinking that these fantasy football red zone streams are not my jam. Ghostface says I like Cousins. I do too. I think they just need to let him grip it and rip it. He's so afraid of making a mistake. He's so afraid of making a mistake because Zimmer, that's all he cares about is if you make mistakes or not. let him grip it and rip it. Scott says Jerry doesn't want to spend that kind of money. I don't know, dude. He loves the playoffs. All right, here we go.
Or pooch punted, or do something to try to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's even though you can't put it on a tee, if you recover the ball after it goes 10 yards, it's the Cowboys' ball. So they'll have something wild happening right here.
Yeah, Zerline had that fantastic kick.
It's fair catch.
High in the air, and here comes Ward. They let it bounce, and the Cowboys are all
That ball's bouncing around. Scrum at midfield.
So that's what Zerline
People
had
just
up his
looked at it.
sleeve. He had a whole bunch of white shirts initially around it. Well, you see Parker's hands up in the air as if to indicate somehow the Eagles got there. Now the Eagles think they have it. Now the Cowboys think they have it. So no, we have it.
That's a thick pile.
That's a very, look at this.
That's a lot of beef in that pile, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of beef up in there, up in there.
Maybe they're talking politics.
Nobody knows who the hell has it.
Well, the Cowboys not jumping up and down. Pretty sure they have it. Who's at the bottom of the pile?
Still don't know.
It's a white shirt, we think.
No clue who has it.
Okay, first of all, it's a brilliant kick. It's going to go in between the two lines here, right? They could fair catch the ball, but it was short for Greg Ward, so the ball bounced. And now it's game on from there. It's just like an onside kick. It really was a brilliant play by John Fossil and his special teams.
You have all of the officials gathered at the 45-yard line.
Thank you.
That was probably the most fun thing that happened this whole game.
And the Eagle offense is coming out onto the field. We're still waiting for Boger's call. But Philly is certain it is their ball.
They should have had Jordan Mailata for a scrum out there on that one.
It's like the Eagles offense coming out on the field.
That was a cool play, though.
Yep. So somehow, some way, there was a green shirt at the bottom of the pile.
Because you're never in that situation, right? And you're not even thinking about it. All the guys are up for the onside kick, and you're not thinking, I can fair catch this ball, but they could have.
Eagles have it at the 45.
Oh, I see. You're talking about the Vikes still, Scott. I thought you were talking about the Cowboys.
Here, they've got all three. Here's Scott.
Run to the left by Scott.
To the outside.
Slides down, inbounds.
Into a 5-yard gain, taken down by Smith.
5-yard gain, clock running.
And the Cowboys are going to take their first timeout with 3:43.
Cowboys take a timeout.
How about a little Sunday Night Football psychic?
Pause it for that there. Scott Shaw says, like I said, stay relevant. This was a horrible game.
Went on to win a Super Bowl, so it's a long way between now and playoff time.
Second and 6.
People get healthy. It's very different.
They called it the Beastquake because it
Handoff.
was registered on a
Right up the middle.
seismograph
Eagles,
in the
first
stadium.
down.
So they had a minor earthquake after
First down for the
Lynch run
Eagles.
was one of the great runs of all time. Meanwhile, a first down here on a gain of 7.
Appreciate
by
that, Scott. That's part of the deal, though. I have to get him in the door.
You know, the amazing part
But
about
it's tough
it
to
is
do.
whoever does win this division also will have a home
It's tough to
playoff
get him in
game.
the
Right.
door.
So who knows? It's
Way it
I
goes.
firmly
I
believe nobody
really
does
think
this
that
stuff
of
like
the
I do it.
teams that we've seen out of the NFC East, the Eagles have the best chance of eventually.
But if you can't get him in to see your show,
looking like a good football team, enough parts coming together to be a good football team. But who knows? I mean, every game has been like this for the Eagles. I mean, they barely.
I guess if you think about the Dodger streams, we did, hell, before it got crazy good, I probably did 20 streams before the Dodgers ones took off, so maybe I just got to keep plugging.
Well, Dallas had to use a timeout. Not that they necessarily wanted. They wanted to stop them. They had to stop it after a first down, so a chance to pretty much run this down to the 2-minute warning if Wentz wants to keep it on the ground.
All right, shotgun, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Handoff up the middle, no gain.
Give it to Corey.
Clock running.
And Dallas takes its last timeout. So what do we have on tap next week on Sunday Night Football?
Tom Brady, the
Uh-oh.
ageless quarterback. Drew Brees, a long way from being.
YouTube didn't like that music playing. Saints Bucks on Sunday Night Football next week.
Your marquee matchup, and that is some marquee. In the NFC South, Saints taken to the wire into overtime and then beat Chicago and Tampa Bay. Big favorites tomorrow night.
Eagles got the kick.
Against the Giants.
I tell you, that Buccaneers defense is impressive.
Eagles about to run this clock out here.
In Las Vegas that we ultimately switched out of. Getting to watch what they did against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers on defense. Whew.
2nd and 10 from the
Second down and
37.
10.
Fake handoff. Wentz rolling to his right. Running for the out of bounds. Slides inbounds. Down.
So he slides to
Inbounds
a
and
stop.
down
Moving.
by Wentz.
Dallas does not have a timeout.
Dallas out of timeouts. Clock
It's been
rolling.
A rough start for Mike
So you
McCarthy,
needed to stay under
hasn't it?
35,
I
right,
mean,
Scott?
just between no offseason, the COVID, no training camp,
Anonymous quotes.
anonymous quotes.
The guy's not reacting to the hit on Dalton last week. His teammates.
Jerry knows, as it stands and as it looks right now, they really don't have a chance.
3rd and 10.
Wentz rolls to the left. Or right, excuse me. His left, my right.
Stayed in bounds. Greg Ward got tackled and was ruled down inside the boundary. So that can take us down to the 2-minute warning. So for DiNucci,
All right, 2-minute warning.
started out pretty good tonight. We didn't know what we had on our hands, but sooner or later, we started by saying, hey, you have a plan. But like Mike Tyson would say, yeah, you got a plan until I smack you.
Yeah, they need to pull out one of those bullhorns and go 1,001, 1,002 sack, because that's the timing of what it is in the NFL. And until you've experienced it, you don't know what that's like.
The 2-minute warning with Philadelphia up by a score of 23 tonight. The Volkswagen post-game report.
All righty, so 2-minute warning. 8 berserkers left in here. The diehards. The diehards up in here, up in here. Man, when you look at it, Wentz's numbers weren't any better than the guy that had never played in the NFL before. What an embarrassment.
I think we've called one of these every year,
Yeah.
and it wasn't quite that.
Well, I tell you, Philly trailed it at the half, 9-7. They're going off the field, and I'm thinking even the cardboard cutouts would be booing.
Not us.
No, not of course not. No.
But I'll say this: the defense.
Ghostface losing by
for
70 on his fantasy.
the
It's probably
Cowboys
over,
tonight,
buddy.
It was better.
It's probably over, buddy.
So it's 4th down and 8. And
Wentz going deep.
Oh,
Almost a touchdown.
Intended for Rager and broken up by Brown. And Dallas will get the ball back with 1:55.
As hard a play as you can get for Anthony Brown, and he's really been up to the task. So was Trayvon Diggs tonight. They played really well. Those two guys played well enough to win this game, no question about it. Just punch it right out. That's what they're training them to do. Tell you what, though, the more of those plays that Jalen Reagor gets a shot for, he's going to be making them. He's going to be a special guy.
From the 32-yard line, DiNucci throwing high.
DiNucci incomplete.
Gallup's been his favorite target tonight. So the Cowboys are going to go to 2-6.
Scott says, yeah, you always have to put in the work to succeed the
0-8
rewards.
against
I
the
agree.
spread, but who's counting?
I always love a good spread.
You do.
Can't wait for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you bet. 2nd and 10. It's caught.
Caught by Lamb for about a gain of 7.
About 7.
I'll tell you, DiNucci has one of the most unusual throwing motions I think I've seen. He's almost like a pitcher. He goes all the way on to his front foot, and that back leg comes flying off the ground. Just haven't seen it very often.
Avoids the sack for a moment. Sidearm sling is incomplete. Cooper could not hang on. Cooper with just one catch tonight.
Didn't Cooper just get paid in the offseason like crazy money?
16 to 32 for 132 yards.
Dallas got to be like, what the hell did we do there?
He's going to lead the league in sidearm throws this week.
Dustin says, good show, man. Been a pleasure hanging with you. Fly, Eagles, fly. Thanks for stopping by, Dustin. You have a good night, my man.
Cowboys make the trip home. Steelers next week. Steelers staying unbeaten today with victory over.
All right, completion to the 50 to the
They pick up the first down
opposing
here on the catch made
47
by Schultz.
by Schultz.
Ticking down to a minute left in the 4th.
Minute left, clock running. Thrown to the right.
To the outside, hit Schultz again. He's caught 5 passes.
Schultz gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Got him in your fantasy league. Doing okay.
Yeah. Brandon Graham with that early
Cooper, what
sack
is up
to
with
take
him? I don't know.
it to
Didn't he
7,
just get
so
paid, King Leopold?
He's in that never-ending quest to get double-digit sacks.
Akiva
I've never seen a guy that gets more pressure on
Snitow
the
checks back
quarterback.
in, says, I'm
He's
back.
never
Welcome
had
back.
Double-digit sacks, but I think this is going to be his year. But
You're welcome.
I do want to give a little bit of credit.
Thanks for
though,
being in
after
here.
That first inside move, Terrence Steele's done.
Thanks for
okay
being one of the few, the proud.
4 to the outside again.
Incomplete,
And
right
cannot
side there.
one-hand this one. 3rd and 4 with 53 seconds.
And I would say the other guy that deserves a little tip of the cap here, Jim Schwartz. He did not blitz a lot early. He made DiNucci make decisions. Clearly the Cowboys, with their play calling, they were anticipating blitzes early in the game. But then late in the game, when they got a couple of red zone or close to red zone opportunities, he dialed up the blitz and won the game on the defensive side.
It'll be the first time this season the opposition has been held.
All right, ball snapped. Dump off to Zeke at the 40. Gets the first down to the 30.
Takes the ball to the 30-yard line. Hurrying up here, Elliott now. He carried 20 times for 68 yards. That's his first reception on the night.
First and 10, spike.
Well, if you're still going to actually try to win this game, which clearly they are, this pass and the next pass has to go into the end zone.
Right.
Right? I mean, you have to score 2 touchdowns. and an onside kick. That's a lot of work to do. So if you're dumping something off underneath here, that means...
Yeah, the easiest part of that would be Zerline with the onside kick.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. Danucci escaping. And looks to get out of bounds and eats up a few more seconds with 24 seconds left.
Who's getting paid Cousins money? You talking about Cooper?
It's hard. Nick McCarthy's coached teams to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl championship, and you're sitting here watching really half a team. You know, I mean, this is between the injuries, between not having a quarterback. It's half a team right now.
I like that hat that one coach they just showed had. I'd like to see that one in a Viking hat.
I don't know either of your top two.
Lamb catches it at the 20.
CD Lamb.
Takes it to the 15.
At the 15-yard line.
I just realized that this thing on the computer doesn't have time clock or anything. Ball snapped. Throws it. Corner incomplete.
True football fans never turn the game off.
Yeah, I mean, I'd already made them 0-8, but they're not quite there yet. You got 3 seconds left.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah, you're interested too.
I want to watch.
Scott Van Pelt may be as well, because this would be one of your all-time bad beats. Let's see what he can do here.
2nd and 10.
Time for one play, barring a defensive foul. Got a picket line along the goal line.
Thrown to the left.
Here.
Trying to get there. And Pollard stopped after the first down, but that's going to end the game.
Of the goal line. So there you have it.
That's going to end it, folks. 23-9 is your final. Philadelphia with the win in the battle of the NFC East. 11 hardcore berserkers left up in here. Valhalla Sports Talk wants to thank you for joining us tonight here on the stream. Fantasy Football Red Zone. Sunday Night Football. Exactly, Ghostface. Exactly. They came real close too, didn't they? Alright, so that's going to do it. As far as the schedule for the channel, I don't have anything scheduled. I thought I was going to do a game tomorrow night, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. So the next thing scheduled is the Vikings game next Sunday, and then I'll try to figure it out from there. Might do a Dodgers fan stream or something like that. But as far as we're sitting right now, the next thing scheduled is the Vikings, and actually next Saturday is the USC game, USC ASU. Akiva says, I called you, Mad Viking. Answer. Talking about my phone? Yeah, peace out, Dustin. You guys have a good night. I'm going to turn off this mic, go to the end screen, count to 20. Everyone have a good week. Tomorrow, we get back at it Monday. You guys have a good week. Watch the channel for the future streams. You guys have a great night. SKOL Vikings.